who returned the opening kickoff last week against LSU. 92 yards for a touchdown. Cornelius Patterson is also back with him as the twin safeties, as the '89 season ready to get underway for the Huskies. They start this season with a lot of question marks. A&M, on the other hand, under their new coach, got off to a magnificent start last week. McCallum is ready. A crowd of about 68,000. Horton will have to hurry up to get this one. He's got it to the 20, to the 25, 30-yard line to the 31, and A&M will set it up there. The Aggies will have Lance Pavlis at quarterback. He played very creditably last week. He has a monstrous running back, and Wilson had 121 yards last week. Lewis was shut down to 55, but behind an offensive line that's 6'6", averages 294 pounds. Webb will be a #1 draft pick, many people feel, and McCall's an all-Southwest Conference performer from a year ago. Those asterisks, or dots if you will, are the returning starters from a year ago. Pavlis giving up, and it's Wilson, who was the Southwest Conference Newcomer of the Year last season. Defensively, A&M last year had a tough time against the rush, and I should say Washington, and they hope to do something about it. Up front, they're going to be led by Dennis Brown, who was an all Pac-10 performer a year ago. Richardson, a starter at the other side from a year ago. Linebacking-wise, 3 starters are back. Watch Clifford and Fraley. They're really something in the middle. And in the secondary, they have 3 starters back there as well. On a second down, Pavlis throwing far side. The completion is made. It's to Percy Waddle, and he is stopped at the line of scrimmage. And the ball coming loose. Washington thinks they have it, but it will be A&M's football. John Cook, the nose guard, up to make the stop. So Waddle, who last week didn't even catch a football, has one here, and it brings up a 3rd and 5 now for A&M.
You can see that the Washington Huskies are really fired up and pumped up about this opener. We're flying around already, Gary.
Patterson and Waddle split out on 3rd down. Pavlis back pressure coming up the middle, getting rid of it. Far side completion. It goes to Darren Lewis. He's short of the 1st down. That was William Doctor flying over. So on the first series, Washington holds. And coming in to punt the football will be Kevin Ellis for A&M, and William Doctor will go back for Washington.
I'm sort of looking forward to seeing this new offense myself. We're going to see 2 back attacks. We're going to see 1 back attacks. We're going to see 3 wide receivers. We're going to see 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. We're going to see the wishbone and goal line short yards. We're going to see the whole package.
What does that leave?
I don't know.
Ellis hit a beautiful punt. Doctor going back to the 10-yard line. Trying to get a block, going to the far side. He'll get out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Beautiful punt that time by Ellis. It'll go as a 52-yard punt, a 2-yard return, and we'll see the new offense unveiled when we return. No score in the early going here at Husky Stadium. The Aggies and the Dogs.
Bo knows baseball. Bo knows football. Bo knows basketball, too.
Bo knows tennis?
No. Bo knows weights.
Bo, you don't know diddly.
Build and shape our future. We invite you to learn the technology of tomorrow while you serve your country in the Navy of today.
You are the hope. You are the promise. You are tomorrow. You are the Navy.
The great names, the classic moments, the incredible plays. Join the celebration. ABC's Monday Night Football 20th Anniversary Special, Monday.
3rd meeting between these two. They played here in '74, A&M winning that, and 2 years ago. Many of these players today were in that game. A&M winning in College Station. That punt, by the way, officially now has been credited to be a 55-yarder by Ellis. So Huskies will start from their own 15-yard line. There is Kerry Conklin, and Don James needs a big year out of him. Compton is the fullback. Greg Lewis is the tailback. Conklin straight back to throw on first down. Scrambling out. Nobody open. He's going to take off to the 20, 21-yard line. Picks up 6 yards on the play. William Thomas over to make the stop. There's Conklin, the only returning starter in the backfield. Lewis are looking for him to pick up and do a real job at tailback in the absence of Vince Weatherby, the number 2 rusher all time at Washington. Young, inexperienced wide receivers other than Andre Riley, who was hurt last year. Ames, he'll be doing the snapping as well as playing tight end. And Bostic is the only returning starter, one of the top centers in the country. Second down, 4 yards to go. This is Compton, the fullback, out of Bandera, Texas. A couple of Texans, Doctor, and also Compton playing against the Aggies from the Lone Star State as Jason Black over to make the stop. Defensively, A&M has so much speed. That's the thing you keep hearing about. They just run and pursue so very, very well. Price is the only starter from a year ago up front. Their linebackers, they have 2 ex-safeties starting, but the guy to watch is Aaron Wallace. He's something special. And the secondary, they can absolutely run you down from anywhere. Outstanding secondary. Back to throw. Incomplete. That would have been enough for the first down. The intended receiver was Mark Jones, a true freshman out of the San Diego area. He cannot hang on, and it's going to bring up a punting situation.
Gary, Mark Jones was coming in on a little delay pattern. The ball hit him right in the stomach. He went down. Evidently, he just took his eye off it, or he let it just ricochet off his stomach without cradling it to his stomach with his hands.
Back to punt the football. It's going to be Channing Wiles. Shane Garrett, number 80, back for A&M. No score, just underway. A lot of time, and he hit a beauty. Boy, these 2 guys really punting the football. Garrett at the 24.
There's a clip.
He's up to the 30. And he's up to the 34. I don't see a flag. Where is it?
They missed it.
They missed it.
Yeah.
So there is no penalty flag. They're going to mark the ball at the 34. A&M will have it for the second time. No score from Husky Stadium.
Mr. Ian McKenzie. I'm Angus McKenzie. Ian's moved down the road.
Today, with service to 175 countries,
Oh, you'd be wanting you now, Mr. Mackenzie.
UPS delivers to nearly 4 billion people,
Parcel for Mackenzie.
including the extraordinary concentration of Mackenzies along the northeast coast of Scotland.
Mr. Ian Alistair Mackenzie.
No trouble finding me, did you, lad?
No trouble at all.
UPS, we run the tightest ship in the shipping business.
Maybe it's time for you to uncomplicate your life. Get your priorities straight. Start having more fun. May we make a suggestion?
Last year, USC's star quarterback Rodney Peete baked down in the ball and threw a completed pass to Scott Lockwood in their big game against crosstown rival UCLA. Would that play be allowed this year? The answer is no. Under this year's rules, the ball will be declared dead if a player simulates placing his knee on the ground.
Well, that's a no-no. Rodney Peete was hoping to start tomorrow's game for the Detroit Lions, but he's out with a knee injury. 2 outstanding punting efforts, a 55-yarder by A&M and a 53-yarder by Washington, and that's where we are right now from the 34 of A&M, their second opportunity offensively. And that's Wilson, and Wilson is going nowhere, absolutely nowhere, and he's not used to that. Well, Chico Fraley was there to get on the pile first, and a lot of help from behind him.
We can expect Texas A&M to run up beside and behind that big right side of their offensive line. Gosh, they're big. 330 pounds at the right guard position, Darren Groot. 314 pounds. You see number 77, Mike McCall, 314. Between the 2 of these guys, Gary, they weigh 645 pounds. That's a lot of beef. Where's the beef? Here it is.
All right here in Husky Stadium. Gain of about a yard, 2nd and 9. This time it's Darren Lewis to the 40. He'll be 4 yards short of the first down. Lewis last week held to 55 yards, ended 10 consecutive games where he had gone over 100 yards.
You're taking a look at Darren Lewis. It'll come from the top left side of your screen. Here he comes. They're handing it off. Now, this guy ran for 1,600 yards and is considered a Heisman Trophy winning candidate, or one of those guys. In watching that tape, critically, I'll tell you, he didn't run like a Heisman Trophy winner last week.
He was tentative. They said he had some hamstring and shoulder problems, but on the option is Pavlis, pitching back to Lewis. Lewis trying to dive for the first down. It's going to be close.
They didn't run an option last week. We didn't see the option, did we?
Nope, but they told us they would yesterday. And Fraley was over there trying to stop him short of the first down. Lewis knew where he had to get the first down. He needed to get just across the 44-yard line.
The quarterback will take the snap, come right down the line of scrimmage. He's going to option the end man. Now, see, here he comes. Now, he's making a fake. He comes down the line of scrimmage straight. Now, watch him flip it out. Here he goes, flips it with a one hand. It's a good toss. Almost outside, inside out pursuit coming down. I don't think they made it, did they?
They did not make it.
They didn't make it.
They were going to measure, elected not to, and as an end result, back to punt again is Ellis, who last time punted 155 yards. And he hits this one not as long, very high. The ball hitting, and everybody getting away from it.
Gets a husky bounce.
And so the ball is going to be blown dead at the Washington 31-yard line. So after a 55-yarder, that's only a 26-yard punt. And so Washington will set it up there. And Dick, you've talked about how tough it is philosophically to change. You made a change one time in your coaching career offensively.
Yeah, and it's a tough decision. 1979, I hired a 70-year-old assistant coach in Sid Gilman, a great offensive coach, and he came in and he spruced up our offense. And if Don's decision turns out as good as mine did, he's going to look pretty smart because of it.
Well, you ended up in the Super Bowl. First down now, the new look offense. Conklin looking the near side. The pass to Andre Riley, and he's got it. First down catch at the 48.
Here's Andre Riley up there, bump and run, and Mickey Washington, number one, looking back to the inside, ignoring the receiver, fading down to the outside, lost vision on him, got a step on him, gets up, makes his first catch of the season, only caught 3 balls last year, seriously injured in the second game of the season. Against Army. He's battled back. He says he's at 100% efficiency, and that catch may prove it. 21-yard gain. Hand off this time to Greg Lewis, and he is hammered. Oh, man. Lewis spinning, and he was sandwiched between 2 of those Aggies. One of them was Jeroy Robinson. Robinson, who they say has the biggest arms in the Southwestern Conference. So the line of scrimmage will be the 41-yard line. Robinson had a strong game last week. Notre Dame getting a breather, getting ready for that big game next week that you'll see on ABC against these guys, Michigan. Miami, Wisconsin, that's the other game on ABC going right now at this moment from Madison. Give to Lewis again, and Lewis to the 40, got a yard, and that's all. So didn't fool anybody that time on the delayed handoff. Let's look at the rest of the schedule as far as the top 10 is concerned. Nebraska with a very easy non-conference schedule, having a little trouble with Northern Illinois. Auburn Pacific playing tonight. And Tennessee and UCLA, Terry Donahue's club tonight. Arkansas has the day off. Arkansas along with Texas A&M, the co-favorites in the Southwestern Conference. Oklahoma won big the first time, winning again. Very strong performance again. And look at Colorado after their win over Texas. Florida State, Clemson tonight. So that catches you up on the top 10. Gary, a no back attack. No back in the backfield. No back attack. No back attack. 3rd and 7. Conklin, and it's incomplete. That was Mark Jones again, who can't quite hang on to it. That one was thrown behind him, but there was no back in the backfield. Now that really stretches the defense horizontally across the field. See, and then they came back inside with the pattern to number 8, Mark Jones. And actually, probably in the 3rd quarter, he'll make that catch. Well, he's been out of football for a year. He had some personal problems. He being Mark Jones. He had an assault charge, was incarcerated for some time, has had to battle back. They love his talent, and he'll get his sea legs under it. Here's Channing Wiles, and he does not hunt this very well, and it takes an A&M bounce out to the 29-yard line where Mark Jones is able to gather it in. So after both punters started the afternoon sensationally, they've had 2 punts, this one only 16 yards, that have not been up to their liking. Still no score.
Until now, dandruff shampoos have done one thing well.
It got rid of my dandruff.
It got rid of my dandruff.
It got rid of my dandruff.
But now there's a dandruff shampoo that does more. New Dandruff Control Pert Plus. Dandruff shampoo plus complete conditioner in one. So you get rid of flakes and condition your hair in one step. And that's big news.
My hair's in great condition. Oh, and it got rid of my dandruff.
New Dandruff Control Pert Plus. The biggest news in dandruff shampoo since dandruff shampoo.
What's in a name? The Kemper name means the security of solid insurance protection. For your life, home, business, and auto. Even reinsurance protection. But Kemper's more than insurance. It's Kemper financial products, like mutual funds, annuities, and money market funds. Working to bring you better tomorrows. Insurance and investments. Ask for them by name. Kemper.
We'd like to give you an idea of how well the Honda Accord's double wishbone suspension works. Just a rough idea.
Virginia, 12th-ranked Penn State. The Nittany Lions coming off their first losing season in 50 years. And the Cavaliers' Sean Moore back to pass, 24 yards downfield to Herman Moore. Virginia takes a 7-0 lead. They go on to beat the Nittany Lions 14-6. Let's go back to Gary Bender.
Roger, thank you very much. You know, you make so much improvement from game 1 to 2, and I think that's probably helping Virginia in that football game.
And I think it's going to help Texas A&M here today. To having played a game, been in the battle, done everything against somebody else other than your own player, I think it's a real edge.
Virginia, of course, losing in the kickoff classic to Notre Dame, but maybe got some of the things ironed out that weren't working that other week. From the 29, first down, pitch comes back to Darren Lewis. Lewis looking for some place to go. Now, he can pass, however, he's a left-hander, so you would figure he'd have to throw running the other way. He threw that 31-yard touchdown pass last week. That was Chico Fraley over to make the stop. There's just no place to go on this play.
Well, this guy has the great feet. If you'll notice, he gets the ball. Now, watch his feet. See, he can widen his base. He can stutter step. See, look at it. He's going to stutter a step a little bit, give him a little shake and break there. He doesn't break loose, but that shows the talent that he has.
Third down now, 10 yards to go. And the officials replacing the football. Hand off to Lewis. Lewis out to the 33-34-yard line. Hit hard there, and you could hear it clear up here. Brett Collins was the guy that lowered the boom on him. He's out of Portland, Oregon.
Here's Lewis right now getting his lunch. He comes in out of the I formation, gets the ball deep. Now he takes the cut to the outside. Now Brett Collins will appear. Here he is, 46. Boom. Nice contact. Head up, knees bent, shoulders straight, drive through the tackle. Well done.
Third down and 5 now. They have 2 wideouts at the top of the field. Pavlis, time to throw. Near sideline, Patterson.
He took it away from him.
It's broken up, incomplete. Good defensive effort that time by Charles Mincy. Mincy is a junior college transfer. They feel he's the best cover man to come out of junior college ranks in years, and he kept Patterson from coming up with a completion.
It looked like Patterson was going to win the war in the battle for the ball right there. He did a real nice job of going up there and trying to get it at its highest point, but no completion.
Ellis back now. You can see his average dipping a little bit since the last time. A big rush coming. He almost got it blocked. They may have gotten a piece of it. It's straight up in the air. It's going to take an A&M bounce, and they're going to get some additional yardage as it rolls inside the 40 all the way to the 36-yard line.
Gary, they didn't get a piece of it, but he heard him coming. He heard him coming, and it was almost like a pop-up. Here he is now. The rush is going to appear on the screen just right after he hits the ball. Here they come. He heard them coming. Doesn't, you know, last time he punted, what was it, a 53-yarder?
Well, he had a good one the first time, then had a very poor punt the second time, and the third time he struggled. So they're going to mark the ball at the 35 of Washington. The Huskies will have it there. 6:07 to go in this first quarter. No score thus far. Conklin out of Yakima, Washington. He was very inconsistent last year. He was 9th in the Pac-10 in passing efficiency. He's had some big moments, but not enough of them. Greg Lewis, the ball carrier. He'll pick up a couple of yards to the 37-yard line. Washington wants to be more efficient with the football. They want to get some big plays. One thing that's really been lacking is a guy like Lewis who could bust one and go all the distance. They haven't been able to get the corner turn.
Well, Lewis in the offseason lost 10 pounds, and he really worked on his quickness and supposedly went from a 4.640 to a 4.440. And then we just thought we noticed some real good improvement in his running skills in the tapes that we watched the other day.
Second down, 8 yards to go.
They're coming after him.
Conklin's got time, though. Gets off the pass. A completion to Orlando McKay, who stumbles as he tries to make a move. And his forward progress will be marked to the 42-yard line.
Take a look at the #1 rated linebacker coming out of college football this spring. Here he is, Aaron Lewis. Now watch this guy turn and run. Aaron Wallace, number 23. He can flat run, this guy can. He can get after the quarterback. He causes all kinds of problems.
They say he's the fastest linebacker ever to play at A&M. Just a raw talent out of the Dallas area, and they recruited him just on that, and it's paid off. Third down now, and 3 yards to go. Conklin with protection up the middle. Bill Ames, the tight end. That's a first down. Ames to the 48-yard line of A&M. Ames coming back off of a serious knee injury of last season.
Take a look at the tight end up at the top of your screen right now. He's going to release off to the outside. He gets a nice release. It'll appear good protection back here. He sets up nicely. Conklin does. This, I think, is something we're going to see all through the ball game. Now they line up in a running formation and threw the ball.
Bill Ames. Bill Ames is a guy who started Mark Kilpack, their starter a year ago, is out, and Ames is out a year ago. Here's a pass completed to Lewis. And Lewis, nifty move in the open field, gets to the 42-yard line. That showed some of that open field ability.
See that quick move he made right there? The Washington, you know, last year they lost 5 games by a total of 15 points. They didn't have anybody that would make the difference in a tight football game. Someone come up with a big play. They're hoping that Greg Lewis can do this.
Boy, those difference makers are hard to find.
Oh, they're recruited. They're born.
You mean it's not coaching?
No, it's not all coaching, believe me.
I'm surprised. Second down coming up. Second down and 4 yards to go. This time 2 receivers split to the near side of the field. High strong left. Conklin, quick pass, Andre Riley. Riley giving ground, and that may have cost him the first down. I think he had the first down, backed up to get additional yardage, and Deion Snow was over there. Snow, a transfer from Fullerton Junior College, starting in the absence of Gary Jones, who's hurt.
Again, Gary, you can see the Washington approach. Spread the defense out, throw quickly. Little hitch pattern right there. He catches. He's going to try to make a little move to the outside. Can't go inside out. Pursuit gets him down. Deion Snow, number 2. But they're going to go to a lot of 3-step drop, meaning the quarterback is going to take 1, 2, 3, plant and throw. And the protection doesn't have to hold as long. And they're very concerned about the rush of this defensive football team.
Well, that move by Riley cost him the first down. He had the first down initially, then tried to get more yardage, did not get the first down. So they're short. Conklin looks to the far side. Coming in now, they're going to have 2 tight ends as Mike Matz will check in. Double tight end alignment for the Huskies. So as they place the football, it'll be marked now just at the 38-yard line in a matter of inches.
Third down conversion. Washington offense, 36%. Texas A&M defense. Hey, it's going to be no gain according to that, isn't it? Last week, though, Texas A&M did a great job in preventing the third down conversion. They won up 12 last week.
They're going to go to the wishbone and straight ahead power football. They'll go to the wishbone a lot of times inside the 10, the 5-yard line. In this instance, with inches to go, and they get the first down. That big offensive line doing the job. Jason Black eventually making the stop. Washington through the years has always had big, strong offensive lines. This is the first year they come in with this lack of experience. Other than Brostick, there's some young people playing up front.
And that Vern Brostick is a fine leader. He's the #1 rated offensive center coming out of spring practices last year in the country in regard to the pros.
First down, give to Lewis. The hole is there, and he's able to use it close to the 30-yard line. Jeroy Robinson made the stop. That time, there was some good blocking up front.
I was just talking about, excuse me, Gary, I was just talking about Vern Brostick as being a fine offensive center, and that, boy, he really came off the ball that nicely that time. Oh, hello.
Second down coming up. Second down and about 5 yards to go. Riley and McKay split out. Conklin looking the far side of McKay. He's got it, the 25. He's got the first down, out of bounds at the 22-yard line. And this quick passing scheme is working right now.
Right now, you'll probably see as the game goes on, some corners roll up and play a tight coverage on them to try to prevent those. Here it is. You'll see now the corners are playing very deep, back off the ball right now, and eventually you'll probably see them move up a little bit to take away these hitch passes, and if not, roll the coverage, go over and double that guy with two people. And I believe this, we're going to see a hitch and go, you know, a fake short one and then go deep pretty quick.
Orlando McKay out of the Mesa, Arizona area. Didn't let her last year, but they think he made the most improvement of any wide receiver since last spring. Conklin on first down, wanting to go in the end zone. Down there, Mario Bailey. Touchdown, Washington.
Here's Mario Bailey, number 5, here on Mickey Washington, going up outside again. Mickey Washington look back inside. He loses vision on the receiver. Doesn't see him out there in that position. There he goes. He's 1 foot down, then he's pushed out. Touchdown. See, when you look back in and you lose a feel for where that receiver is, sometimes it's tough to get back and make the play.
22-yard touchdown strike. John McCallum now to attempt the point after. Remember now, all the kicking this year, the point afters and field goals about a tee. Low snap, they get it down, and the ball is up, and he got it. And Washington's on top, 7-0.
Here's another look at it. Now he's going to lay it high into the outside. That's where you got to throw a ball going into that goal line area. High into the outside. There it is. He goes up, gets the ball, puts it away, 1 foot down, gets pushed out of bounds, touchdown.
They call him the Super Nat. Mario Bailey, 22-yard touchdown catch, the first of his collegiate career.
America was built on dreams, and business is the key. We ensure where America works, we're USF&G. From the mountain's ledge to the ocean's edge, we ensure you every day. We protect what America's made of. We cover the USA.
The lights on these cars are running on battery power alone. And in the end, only one, the car with the new Die-Hard battery, our most powerful ever, is able to start. Great low prices every day, Die-Hard power. That's your money's worth and a whole lot more.
Attention, football widows. If your man enters the Michelob Challenge, he could win up to $50,000. Just imagine how that could change your life. To enter, just look for this Michelob display.
Well, the new offense at the University of Washington has struck for the first time. They've made a statement here in this first quarter of play.
Well, what did Kerry Conklin, the quarterback, tell us the other day? We're sitting visiting. He says, Coach, our goal is to average 35 points a game. Well, if you're going to average 35 points a game, you better start scoring in the first quarter.
He wished they had this offense when he was a freshman. Here are the numbers on the drive. 22-yard touchdown catch by Bailey. Conklin on that drive, or for the game, I should say, is 7 of 9 for 76 yards and touchdown, and the 2 incompletions were dropped passes.
Well, see, this kind of passing attack, when you're setting quickly and throwing short, other than that touchdown pass, they're high percentage throws, and he threw 76% in the 2 scrimmages that they had the last 2 Saturdays.
Callum will kick off. Horton is back deep. Along with Patterson, it'll be Horton, and Horton from the 8 drops the ball. Comes up to the 20. Down the far sideline, you got to be careful about him. A flag is thrown as he reaches the 39. 2 flags are down. Larry Horton, last year the backup running back to Darren Lewis, been moved to safety, and they feel like he's just revolutionized their secondary. John McCallum, who kicked off, was down in on the stop. So let's sort this one all out.
Yeah, not many kickers get on a kickoff, do they? They don't get in there and make the tackles, do they?
I think their contract calls they don't have to have contact, right? Except with the foot.
No, it just shows you how excited he is about playing.
James Springer is the official. Well, we're going to forget that play. Going to do it over. Offsetting penalties.
Here's the kickoff. You can take a look. This is as high as we are, Gary. Take a look at this. We're way up here.
He's offside right there. You can see the man above him.
We'll circle him right here.
Yep.
Oh, we lost him right. I was a little late on that one.
So the clip then by A&M negates the play. They're going to do it again. And you don't want to have to kick off to Horton very many times.
No, gosh, you know, when you take one and go 90 yards with it like he did last week in the opening play, you know that he can do it again. But it's really tough to return kickoffs for touchdowns.
So we'll stage it again. McCallum will go back and kick off. Again, it's Patterson and Horton back deep.
You know, the last time a kickoff was returned for a touchdown for Texas A&M was 1973. That's how tough it is.
You know who it was? It was Carl Roaches.
Yeah.
Goes back a ways. McCallum is ready. 7-0 Washington. They've just scored as we have 2:14 left in this first quarter. Here's Horton up to the 20, 25 and out of bounds to 29. We understand that Jason Black, the defensive end, is hurt. And let's go down and check on that with Cheryl Miller.
All right, Gary, right behind me is Jason Black, and he came out right before the Washington touchdown. He might have sprained his knee. I talked to trainer Carl Kaczynski, and he said that he might be in, but he seems like he's moving around. He was running behind the field a couple of minutes ago. They're not too sure if he's going to come back in. Back to you, Gary.
Cheryl, thank you. Glad to have you with us.
He's the 5th guy to play that position this fall. They've had 4 other guys injured at that position.
Well, he was 5th string in the spring. That's how far he's come up the depth roster. Fabulous, giving off to Lewis, and what a tackle was made that time. Beautiful move by Briscoe. Eric Briscoe, the rover, or strong safety, as you will, came flying up. They say he's physical, and that proves it there.
And he's awfully quick. Here he is, a 3.5 student coming out of high school, so he's a smart football player as well. It's a deep handoff, again, the I formation. You want to get a great running back the ball deep so he can make decisions on his own. You don't have to whip everybody physically. And you saw Briscoe right there come right in and tackle those great backs right there down by the feet.
2nd down, still about 10, straight ahead, and it's tough going. Wilson, the fullback, carrying straight ahead. Thus far, A&M still hasn't picked up a first down. Washington has 5 of them.
Remember, last year, the University of Washington was last in the Pac-10 against the run, giving up 201 yards a game. And Jim Lambright, the defensive coordinator, told us right now they're better because they've simplified the defense. They're a year stronger with the offseason program, and they're more experienced. And he expects to play the run better, and they're doing it.
3rd down, 7 yards to go. Oliver's come in along with Shane Garrett, also Patterson, who goes in motion. Pavlos straight back, pressure coming, gets rid of it to Wilson, the fullback, makes a nice open field move, fighting for the first down, and he's very close. He may not have made it, though. He's knocked out by Burkhalter on the near side.
Boy, and he's a horse at 6 foot, 240 pounds. 121 yards rushing last week. He is really big. To the left of your screen, you'll see the fullback set up to the inside here. Goes underneath, comes underneath. Here comes a screen. He's actually a little bit too far out in front of his screen blockers. See? And if he'd have been better off, he was a little bit behind him.
Well, I think he had so much pressure, Pavlos did. He threw the ball before he wanted to also. Well, they did not get the first down.
Fullback just was too quick, Gary. He didn't sit in there long enough. No patience.
Ellis punting to Doctor. Doctor gonna go no place. The ball is fumbled, and A&M looks like they've got it. They do. The Aggies have it at the 21-yard line. Coming up with it looks like Eric Moore, number 31, out of Waco, Jefferson Moore High School.
Here he is. You can see he initially gets the ball put away. A little shaky right there. He's got it tucked under his right arm. He tries the cutback. Gets knocked out there. Evidently, the helmet hit the football. Boy, that's a tough situation. Good coverage by Texas A&M.
And a major break as Moore, playing due to the fact that Gary Jones is out. He's backing up Deion Snow at a safety spot and playing on the special teams. From the 22 now, movement up front. Pavlos to Lewis. Lewis at the 20, to the 15, and inside the ball is fumbled forward. They fight for it at the 5. Now, what happens with that new rule If it fumbled out of bounds, you come back to the spot of the fumble. That's a rule that was instituted this year. Let's see how they rule this one.
Again, nice toss back, deep side. He's going to get there. Gets a block right there. Gets underneath. Nice job, Gary, cutting up underneath Robert Wilson's block. There, the ball comes out. Now it's down right there.
Yeah, they talk about fumbling out of bounds and moving it back to the spot.
They ruled it, Gary, they must have ruled that he recovered that inbounds.
That's exactly what it is. If it goes out of bounds, it goes back to the spot. Yeah. It did not go out of bounds, so the progress will go to the 5. You see those new rule changes. The noise rule could be a factor for the day's over. Here is Wilson, and Wilson goes nowhere. Good reaction. Number 56 is Martin Harrison. He's one of the co-captains. This is his 3rd year as a starter for the Huskies out of Bellevue, Washington. As we have come to the end of this first quarter of play, Don James and the Huskies enjoy a 7-0 lead. We'll come back. 2nd and goal at the 5 for A&M. From Husky Stadium.
It has been observed that few things can compete for one's loyalty and affection more than a Honda.
This is a machine built for absolute dependability. And these are its hardest working parts, each meeting the highest performance standards, providing continuous, reliable service. The mechanics of American Airlines, uncompromising professionals, dedicated to perfection, flight after flight after flight.
IBM technology is helping to explore the Earth's crust. Conventional methods probe to about 5 miles. But at Cornell University, an IBM supercomputing system analyzes seismic data at such high speed, geologists are now charting the Earth's crust 20, 25, even 30 miles deep. In geology, in other sciences, and in business, supercomputing is another example of IBM technology at work.
Season after season, proper yard care is easy with supplies from True Value Hardware stores. This fall, give your lawn healthy protection for the upcoming winter with Green Thumb Fall and Spring Lawn Food, just $4.88. Trim a tree's extra growth with these Green Thumb lopping shears, only $10.99. And get rid of pesky insects with your choice of Green Thumb insect killers, just $2.66 each at participating True Value Hardware stores and home centers.
At the United States Open Women's Tennis Final, Steffi Graf has defeated Martina Navratilova 3-6, 7-5, 6-1. Let's go back to Gary Bender.
Welcome back to Seattle on the campus of the University of Washington. The Huskies leading 7-0, but A&M now. They 2nd and goal at the 5 as we begin the 2nd quarter of play. And monsters offensive line for the Aggies. It'll be tough to keep them out of the end zone. Lewis, these two just about the 3-yard line. There's some real hitting going on. Briscoe coming up very effectively. Also Art Hunter, the nose tackle or nose guard, if you will. They're going to mark his progress just inside the 5. It'll be 3rd down.
Here it is in the pitch, Gary. You can see Big Pappas, number 66, pulling around the corner. Good penetration, got him turned back inside. Wilson, number 20, gets a knockdown block, but the running back can't get turned back up inside.
3rd down and goal just inside the 5. Play action. Pavlis rolling. He's in trouble and thrown for a loss. Dennis Brown, 79. All Pac-10, and 2nd team All-American, and maybe as fine a defensive player they've had here.
Certainly the biggest. He's the biggest guy. Now you see number 79 is Dennis. Here he comes. Now believe it or not, Gary, this guy is 6'4", 300 pounds. And what did he say he wanted to do the other day? I want to improve my sacks.
And he wants to dominate. This is going to be a 32-yard field goal attempt by Lane Talbot. The ball is up. It's good. And A&M is on the scoreboard. But Washington stopped him from the 5. The score with 13:48 to go in the first half of play. The Huskies 7, the Aggies 3.
The shape is distinctively advanced. The cockpit designed for comfortable travel over time and distance. The Honda Prelude SI, a slightly ahead of its time machine.
When you fly in United, you're probably not aware of the 60,000 professionals working to make your trip easy, or the way our new advanced terminals speed you on your way. Just as when you use the American Express card, you're not really thinking about all the services that make frequent business flyers rated best for travel and entertainment. You don't notice these things because they're there, but you would notice them if they weren't.
It's a showdown for number 1. Lou Holtz and defending national champion Notre Dame meets preseason favorite Michigan on ABC's College Football next Saturday.
7-3 in favor of Washington. Let's look at that big play by Dennis Brown that denied him a touchdown.
Here's Dennis lined up as the nose guard right now. Now you'll notice on the offensive line some people moving. There was a blocking error here. See, actually nobody blocked him. As I would read this from an offensive coach's standpoint, that right guard should have blocked down on him. There was a mental mistake made there, or the center made the mistake.
And you cannot make a mental mistake against 79. He'll make you pay for it.
Well, he's the #1 rated defensive lineman in the United States coming out of spring football, coming into this year. That shows why. He has that great quickness.
Talbot, who was 0 for 1 in the field goal kicking department a week ago, hitting the 32-yarder to get the Aggies on the board. But Brown with a big play made him settle for that field goal. Talbot to kickoff. Doctor along with Mark Jones back deep. Doctor lets it hit. Somebody's going to have to pick it up. And finally, Doctor does. Boy, you talk about indecision. Doctor having trouble earlier on a punt. This time, the kickoff almost waited too long.
I'll tell you, there's no way that job is easy. There's no way that job is easy. Here he is. He's a sophomore, El Paso, Texas. And he's a little bit, and there's 2 guys there sitting there. Hey, you take it. No, I got it. No, you take it. It's your turn. That type of thing. The experience. And it's tough. And the only way you get the experience is to start in the home opener.
He's saying this wasn't like it was in El Paso.
No.
First down now at the 21-yard line. Washington with a 7-3 lead. Conklin over the middle. Compton, the fullback, out to the 30. First down to the 34. So another Texan from Bandera. Mickey Washington over there to make the stop. That short, quick game again, and Conklin is really doing a creditable job.
What they did, the defense went zone, meaning nobody playing man-to-man coverage, Gary. The fullback sort of checked down out of the backfield. You find him right there. Now watch him. He goes out slowly. He just sort of lets the linebackers drop. See him pause, pause, pause. There he goes. Now they just check it to him in front of the linebackers. Here he goes. Now they got to make the tackle. Good game.
First down to the 34. Pick up a 13. Greg Lewis. Lewis across the 40 to the 41, showing very quick feet. Greg Lewis out of Seattle. He was an outstanding performer in high schools. Waited 2 years, really, to get this starting job, and certainly wants to establish himself, and he's had a couple of good moments here in this first half. This 6, 2nd and 4.
Excuse me, Gary, but this is quieter than I've ever heard the stadium because actually classes don't start here for 3 weeks, so there's a lot of the students aren't here.
Riley and McKay split out. Compton and Lewis in the I formation backfield behind Kerry Conklin. Conklin, quick slant near side. Riley's got it. He is dropped instantly by Derek Frazier, but that's going to be enough for another first down, and this is exactly what was advertised. They would hit the short, quick passes, and they're doing it effectively.
In the old days, a defensive coach used to say, hey, it takes you 10 of those to score. Just keep throwing them, keep throwing them, keep throwing them. But nowadays, the quarterbacks are so much better and so much more efficient, and the receivers are so much quicker in making people miss. Now you have to come up and take chances on your defense and crowd those people. You'll see Texas A&M do this.
Eric Alozzi's come in now, along with Mario Bailey at the wide receiver spots. Give to Lewis. Lewis close to the midfield stripe. Picks up 3 yards before he's knocked down. That's John Cooper, number 27. Cooper and William Thomas, both of them were safeties a year ago for A&M and now playing at the linebacking spot. There's Thomas. He's wearing number 11, which is Johnny Holland's old number, who's now playing for the Packers. And Holland was a former safety for A&M, so there's quite a tradition beginning there.
As you said, he led the defensive secondary in tackling last year with 88 tackles. He was an all-conference quarterback coming out of high school. Now he finds himself as a linebacker. Do you think he's upset? I bet he loves it. Huh?
Conklin has hit 8 straight passes now, showing you how effective he's been in this short passing game. Looking for 9 in a row and almost intercepted. The deflection off of Riley and a couple of white shirts in the vicinity. There is a penalty flag at about the line of scrimmage. Derek Ritchie had the crack of the deflection. Also over there was Chris Crooms. It's against Washington. Holding. So after 8 straight, Conklin that time with a lot of mustard on the ball, and he couldn't quite make the completion.
You can see how strong his arm is. You know, and if you ask him what his strengths are, he'll tell you, I think I've got a pretty strong arm. I can throw that football.
He is big enough, 6'4", 215. Oklahoma beating a very good Baylor team. Gary Gibbs has the Sooners rolling.
Oh, there's a one.
Yeah.
Virginia.
Repeat second down.
That's not what Joe Paterno had in mind. And Syracuse, they really have started to become one of the outstanding teams. So the holding penalty now will move the ball back to the 39-yard line. It'll be second down, 16 yards to go.
Second down, 16 yards to go for the Huskies.
McKay and Riley go flanked out. Also Mario Bailey. 3 wideouts on this play.
You notice, Gary, they're crowding the wide receivers now. They're up there on them.
Conklin's got pressure up the middle. Far side, or I should say the near side, to Riley, incomplete. He had to get rid of that one. He had some body in his face, and pretty good coverage by A&M in the secondary.
I think that was Patrick Henry, the nose tackle, that got in there and got some heat on him and broke the rhythm of that pattern. Also, it wasn't a 3-step drop pass. It was a 5-step drop pass, meaning the quarterback's going to hold on to the ball just a little bit longer.
His first game, the redshirt freshman.
6 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss last week. Good job.
3rd and 16. Conklin, Riley can't hang on. Riley's had 2 balls thrown in that vicinity that if he'd have caught him, it'd have taken his arms off, as Conklin has really thrown the ball hard. Ritchie defending on the play. It's 4th down.
Terry Price, the defensive left end, number 88, did an excellent job that time, Gary, of getting the heat on him. He had 2 people blocking him, and he was took him right back into the quarterback.
Channing Wiles will be punting the football. Shane Garrett goes back. 11:23 left in this first half. 7-3. The Huskies lead the Aggies. Kind of a funny snap from center and a peculiar punt. Coming up on the fly is Garrett to the 30 and makes it to the 33-yard line. A&M will have it. We're going to take a break. 35-yard punt that time. Washington leads it 7-3.
Heineken. Amstel Light.
This
so
is
much
it.
better than other
It's a
light
great
beers.
imported beer.
A delicious European
nothing compares
taste,
to the
a
smoothness,
refreshing,
the richness,
satisfying,
or the character
distinctive
of a
flavor
Heineken.
that cuts through
Its
your
quality
thirst.
comes through.
There's a
every
uniqueness
time.
to it.
Heineken is America's #1 selling imported beer. Amstel Light is America's #1 selling imported light beer. Why? Just ask the people who drink them.
In my
ask
opinion,
me,
Amstel
Heineken
Light is the best beer there is. I could go
I
on
can't
and
say
on
enough about it.
It's a light
No
beer
matter how
that
many
quenches
beers
your thirst.
Although copiers are getting more and more sophisticated every day, their copies will never be as good as the original.
The New York Giants battle the Washington Redskins on the season premiere.
All my rowdy friends are here on Monday night.
On ABC Sports.
Well, we talked earlier about how tough it is to win here in Husky Stadium. R.C. Slocum, well, he knows something about it. We asked him his feelings about being here in Seattle.
I've been here a couple of times. I've, over the years, known Coach James and been very aware of the teams here. It's a difficult place to play. I came here in '74 as an assistant at A&M, and we beat them here. I came here in 1981 at Southern Cal, and they knocked us out of the Rose Bowl up here. So I've seen the ups and downs of Husky Stadium.
And right now, the first-year head coach is down 7-3. From the 33-yard line, A&M. Lance Pavlis back to throw on first down. Over the middle, that's Jones, a huge tight end, and he's all the way out to the 45 first down. He had a big Saturday against LSU.
One of the main emphasis in the defensive game plan in talking to Lambright was to take away the passing game to the tight end, in this case 82 Mike Jones, because he had a big game last week. Caught 4 balls for 93 yards. That's a 23-yard average.
Here's what's happened thus far. The possessions, Pavlis on a first down again, going deep. Patterson's down there. He can't get to it. Pretty good coverage by Lilo Lang inside the 10-yard line. Lang is their best cover guy, and Patterson out of Moss Point, Mississippi, really gave a great effort trying to catch up to the football.
You can see they're in man-to-man coverage here. Their little inside move, a stick. Now Lilo reacted to that. Good route run by Cornelius right there, but the ball was thrown to the outside in the position of the defender, not to the inside, pulling him away, and Cornelius Patterson couldn't get to it. If he'd have thrown that more in a post move to the inside, I think he might have had a shot at it.
Lilo Lang was equal to it. Second down, 10 from the 45. Crowd starting to pick up. Pavlis has to get rid of it. He got rid of it to a man who is a big target, Jones. And Jones has another first down. And Jones is something special. He is out of Bridgeport, Connecticut by way of Sacramento Junior College. Last week, 4 catches for 93 yards and that touchdown coming from Darren Lewis.
You'll see here coming from the end zone, as we look at him over to the left side of your screen, he's going to delay a little bit, or at least it appeared to me, Gary. See him sort of set there, let the linebackers go out, they drop it to him, nobody there, and he's so big, you've got to get help if you're only a defensive back.
2 catches, 24 yards for Jones thus far in this game. First down at the 43 of Washington. Lewis, I should say Wilson, the fullback, inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. They have shut Wilson down pretty well. Last week, 121 yards, a career high, and he had a 43-yard run against LSU.
And last week, he looked like the Heisman Trophy candidate, not Darren Lewis.
Well, the Scholar Athlete of the Week is brought to you by American Honda, who is proud to support amateur athletics, and will tell you that this week's winner is senior defensive end Don Davey from the University of Wisconsin. A little bit more about that in a moment as we give to Lewis, and he is dropped behind the line of scrimmage by Martin Harrison. Harrison, one of the leaders of that defensive team. Going back to that Honda Scholar Athlete, Don Davey, the Scholar Athlete of the Week. He's playing in that game against Miami of Florida today that's being televised to some of the country on ABC. And Honda will present a check for should say $2,000 to the General Scholarship Fund of the University of Wisconsin. Don Davey from Manitowoc, Wisconsin. Garrett and Oliver, the wideouts, on a third down, 8 yards. 0 for 5 as A&M on third down conversions. Catch is made, but I think it's short of the first down. Garrett is hammered. He was hit by Briscoe again.
And Burkholder, real good defense there. I don't think they made it. It was very close. You know, I have the feeling that Bobby Toledo, the offensive coordinator now at Texas A&M, that was at Oregon, University of Oregon a number of years, has sort of opened up this Texas A&M approach to moving the ball. And I think as the year goes and they gain experience in it, they're really going to appreciate the total game.
Well, they were talking last week what kind of patience they had against LSU a week ago. They're going to go for it now on fourth down, less than a yard. Pavlis to Lewis. He did not get it. He lost some yardage. Clifford, James Clifford was there first. Also Collins. But it was Clifford who they called the plugger who really blasted through.
Here's his straight old power play handoff. A little bit late getting off the ball. A little break there. Good penetration by Clifford, as you said, Gary. And he's the guy that the coaches talk about that likes to attack the line of scrimmage as a linebacker. And he's a throwback. Look at that old butch haircut.
Yep.
He'd probably look good in an old leather helmet.
They say he likes to practice. Can you believe that?
He gets in fights with his own guys.
So on 4th down, A&M does not get it. Washington takes over at their own 35. Conklin. Pressure coming from the backside. The catch is made. Remarkable catch that time by Bill Ames. I thought he was not going to have any chance, and somehow he was able to latch onto it to the 41-yard line.
He did a good job. I don't know what the percentage is, but so far on 1st down, they've thrown the ball an awful lot. Now, you'll tight end to the right side of your screen. He ricochets off the linebacker there. See, he's running an option route, meaning he's trying to run where the linebackers are not. Did a nice job reaching with the one hand and pulling it back into his body.
Well, he's the snapper on the team. Maybe that helps him as a pass catcher. Good hands. 2nd down now. Long 3, and the handoff. That'll be enough for the 1st down by Greg Lewis. Across the 45 to the 46. John Thomas made the stop.
John Cooper, the linebacker, number 27, did a nice job of flying up in there, but he needed some help from the rest of the defense, and they didn't get there.
So Washington now, after their defense held on 4th down, moving the football. Another 1st down across the 45. Conklin, 10 of 14 passing thus far. Last year, he threw more interceptions than he did touchdowns, and that was one of the things he wanted to change this year. 3 wideouts on the play, all of them sprint to the top of the field, and now coming to the near side, the running back.
A no-back attack. Oh, they blew the coverage.
Complete to Bailey, who caught the touchdown pass earlier. He's to the 50, and he paid for it. Derek Ritchie unloaded on him. Ritchie, a transfer from Wichita State, now playing for A&M. 2nd down and 6 for Washington. The speed of A&M really evident when you get in that open field, how they close on you. This time, 3 wideouts to the near side. Let's see if they move the running back. They don't. They give instead to Lewis. And Lewis about a yard short of the 1st down.
See, the University of Washington is also, Gary, using a new offensive line blocking principle. They're coming off together in zones and not as concerned about individuals as they are blocking areas, coming off at angles. Last year, they were more of a trapping team, pulling linemen and trying to create lateral line openings. This way, they're just moving the wall, trying to move the defense and give the backup spot to pick.
Uncomplicates it a little bit.
Yes, it's a little easier.
3rd down and a long 1. Here is the handoff to Berry, Jay Berry, who just checked in. He's a redshirt freshman out of Colorado. His dad, Odell, played for the Denver Broncos, and he picked up the 1st down. So Washington now moving efficiently after stopping A&M on a 4th down.
They're really keeping them off balance by mixing that passing game in there. They've thrown an awful lot on 1st down. And normally a college football team on 1st down is play and run. They're playing zone defenses. And I think you'll see Texas A&M adjust because they're such, they're very fine coaching staff on defense.
3 wideouts again to the near side. On a 1st down. This time very little going for Greg Lewis. Stopped at the 40-yard line. So from the 40 now. So now let's go to New York, and for an update, here's Roger Twyble.
At Camp Randall Stadium in Madison, Wisconsin, Craig Erickson, 15 yards on the touchdown pass for the University of Miami to Wesley Carroll. And the Hurricanes lead the Badgers 20-3. Let's go back to Gary Bender.
Well, Dennis Erickson's making a pretty good debut, isn't he, for Miami of Florida? 2nd down and 8. Oh, that's intercepted so close by Crooms. Chris Crooms out of Baytown, Texas, almost had 6.
Boy, I tell you, again, what did they do? They've been setting up, they're throwing that hitch pass, and they're only going to let you have it so many times. Up at the top of your screen now, you'll see the defensive back just flash in there. Here he comes. They're charging it. Now what you're going to see happen in a minute, somewhere in this ball game, you're going to see a hitch and go. He's going to come down, fake the stop, and going to take off and try to burn him.
Well, last week, A&M got a 40-yard interception return for a touchdown by Kevin Smith, so they're capable of that. 3rd and 8 now from the 40 of Texas A&M. 7-3, Washington. Conklin, pass complete, and there's the guy who was having trouble earlier, comes up with it. Mark Jones, that'll help his confidence after dropping a couple.
They didn't make the first down. Good defense to see they're starting to crowd those receivers a little bit and not giving them that little cushion.
Question you always have on that, Dick, is why didn't he go far enough for the first down when they threw it? Instead, he's going to be short of it, bringing up a 4th down and 2. You should not your route to that first down yardage marker and then turn to make your cut.
Well, you'd like to think you could always do that, but I've seen it in the pros too. You make that mistake, but they're going to go for it.
They're going to call a timeout first. Timeout is called. 4:33 left in the first half. Huskies with a decision and a 7-3 lead.
The new Honda Accord Coupe. It's music to your eyes.
A real good love
Your marriage will never end.
always lasts.
Your children will never grow old. The Western will never die. Capture it on an 8-hour T160, and we guarantee you a lifetime of replays and re-records. For life, for sure, forever. BASF, tape that lasts forever.
Don James has made a decision, and there's a party on the sideline that's very interested. Here's Cheryl Miller.
Thanks a lot, Gary. And I'm with Jenny James, who's a cheerleader, who is the coach's daughter. Is it tough being the coach's daughter down here?
You know, it's really fun. I get a lot of flack when we lose, but it's so fun when we win, and it's so fun to be on the squad with all these great people, and I'm excited. I hope we win today.
Well, right now they're doing very good. All right, back to you, Gary.
Isn't that great?
She looks just like her mother, not her dad.
Well, I could say something, but I won't. But I tell you, that is some of the enthusiasm of college football. You saw it there all wrapped up in that report from Cheryl. Well, they're going to go for it, and they have a long 2 to get.
Okay,
4th down.
You're the coach. How do you go after it? Do you get in the bone?
That's what they're doing. What do you do now, though?
I think they'll run the option.
All right. Compton, the fullback, they fake it to him, pitch wide. With the football is Barry, he's got it, and they did exactly what Dick Vermeil called. They've been listening to you. First down to the 25.
But if you come up in a tight formation and you have 2 yards to go, I'll tell you, that's an awful long ways. Take a look at the quarterback now as he comes down. Now he makes the fake, he comes off, he's reading, he looks, he flips it out with the left hand. Nobody out there. Caught him by surprise. Caught him by surprise.
Very tough.
Here it is now again. Watch the fake to the inside there. Freeze the linebackers. Here, nice fake inside. See the linebackers come up and tackle the fullback. Now he comes down there looking for the pitch. There it is. Flipped it out left-handed. Well executed.
Very 9-yard pickup. Beautiful execution. This time, no place to go. And that is Greg Lewis, as Terry Price was there first, and a lot of people are on top of him that time.
Well, Terry Price, I tell you, right now in this ballgame, he's the outstanding defensive lineman for, I think, Texas A&M. He's doing a real good job, and he's also playing on an offensive lineman that's been a guard all the time and playing tackle today for the first time because of an injury in Jeff Powakoa, number 58. Terry Price playing good football.
Well, he's the only experience they have up front. And now, of course, we had Jason Black hurt for a while. There's Powakoa you're talking about, number 58. He's played guard most of the time, but Mala is out of there with an ankle problem.
Hey, you did a good job with that.
I thought so.
Huh?
Second down, 10 yards to go. No backs on this. Look out! And Washington unloaded on Conklin, and Conklin very slow getting up. He came untouched, and Washington can run with anybody, was there instantaneously.
That's it. That's a cornerback sack coming off the outside. See him now. Conklin's looking to his left. He wanted to go pump and go. He didn't see him coming at all. And Washington coming into this game is concerned about the pressure that Texas A&M can present. Third down, and they're trying to audible if they see it coming. Obviously, they didn't see it.
He didn't see that one. Washington, an all-Southwest Conference performer a year ago, out of Beaumont, Texas. Now brings up a 3rd and 18 for the Huskies. Conklin's got his man open on the far side. The catch is made by Andre Riley. They're still short of the first down. Riley coming up with a rolling catch at the 19-yard line. 15-yard pickup, but they needed about 18.
But what he did, though, is put him in position for a field goal. Much better percentage kick.
So the line of scrimmage marked at the 18. Now coming in to attempt the field goal will be John McCallum. McCallum can make 52-yarders. He's done it in practice. Of course, this will not be near that long. It'll be a 35-yarder. Last year he was 10 of 15 in the field goal kicking department. His long of 42.
And he was 9 of 10 from inside the 40s. Chances are he's going to make this, but he doesn't have a tee.
And the ball is up, and you called it. And Washington has added to their advantage. 35-yard field goal by McCallum. 2:11 left now in the first half. The Huskies, who are tough at home, have a 7-point lead.
Before you take a single picture, before you press the shutter, before you autofocus, before you operate the fully motorized extended range zoom lens, before you place it next to your eye, before you even touch it, you're going to want to own it. The incredible 35mm Infinity Super Zoom 300 from Olympus.
Oh, honey, don't come near me, please.
Oh, I can't. No, it's not a good idea.
Oh, no, baby, not right now.
Oh, sweetie, you don't want to get too close.
Fight morning breath with Scope. Scope has 2 powerful ingredients to kill 90% of the bacteria that cause morning breath.
Kiss me.
What are you waiting for?
Great kiss.
You may kiss me now.
Scope, the best thing first thing in the morning.
Last year, Notre Dame beat Michigan on their way to a national title. Now, Bo and the Wolverines want revenge in a battle for #1 on ABC Sports next Saturday.
ABC's College Football. Brought to you by Honda, maker of fine quality automobiles. Test drive a Honda at your local dealership today. And by Monroe Shock Absorbers. For shocks and struts, America rides Monroe.
From Husky Stadium, Gary Bender along with Dick Vermeil and Cheryl Miller. We have a 10-3 score. McCallum adding 3 points to the Huskies' advantage. They had a big 4th and 2 on that drive that they were able to convert. And McCallum without the tee, kicking well, and I tell you, the players have really adjusted thus far, haven't they, throughout the country? How about the Washington State kid the other day, a 58-yard field goal?
58-yarder.
Horton and Patterson go back deep. McCallum will kick off. 10-3. The Huskies with the lead. And he powers this one. Way back.
Take it out.
Alertly, Horton doesn't bring it out.
He should have brought that out because it was a low-line drive kick, Gary, and he had a real big cushion. Should have brought it out.
At the 20 now, A&M will have it. One thing we were talking about, Dick, during the last break is how well Washington has thus far kept Aaron Wallace off of Kerry Conklin.
Well, I think they've also had to put him in some coverage with these different formations, and that takes him away from just being an automatic rusher all the time. But before the ball game was over, we're going to hear from Aaron Wallace.
Well, he had 3 sacks against LSU.
He only needs 3 sacks to set a school record.
From the 20-yard line now, A&M with the football. Pavlis, quick slant in, and Jones has got it again. Jones with another first down. What an imposing figure he is, and what a load he is to tackle once he gets the ball.
He's a big guy at 6'4", 253. Now, if he keeps growing, he's going to eat himself right into an offensive guard position at that size, isn't he?
Coming up at halftime, the Prudential College scoreboard with Roger Twyble. Scores, highlights, also Bo Schembechler. Talk about next week's game on ABC between Notre Dame and the Wolverines of Michigan. Up to the 35 is Wilson, and Wilson has been shut down today.
Oh, that guy can shut him down. Remember 2 years ago when they played in Texas, Darren Lewis said it's the hardest he'd ever been hit is when he got hit by this guy. Dennis Brown's a big one.
He's bigger than that. He told us what, he weighed 305?
305.
He looks it too.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't look like the well-built guy. He's just big.
2nd and 9, Pavlis flushed out of there. Oh, he is nailed. Oh, as he released the ball. Big hit put on that time. Pressure coming to the near side.
John Cook and Travis Richardson really got after him.
John Cook is the nose guard. Richardson, who's been a starter for the 3rd year, coming also to the near side.
You can see it here, the quarterback to the right corner of your screen. See, roll up. Now here comes the 2 guys in purple. Wham! Together, they really put him down.
3rd down, 9. There's Cook. Cook is out of Olympia, Washington. They think he is a very sound football player. He just worked his way out of consistency into a starting job. 3rd and 9, the Aggies. Pavlis coming through, pressure. Got rid of it, incomplete. Real pressure coming that time. That was Donald Jones, who was in his face, who was a fullback at the start of fall, and then was switched to a linebacker. And the crowd now expressing their real appreciation of this Washington defense. Ellis back to punt with 1:20 left in the first half. Doctor is back, rush on. Not an exceptionally good punt. Doctor waits for it, lets it roll. There's a flag as the ball goes out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
Gary, you should never let a ball roll like that. That's a mistake. That's an inexperienced mistake. You go up and take the ball, just fall on it. But see, they lost 15 yards there.
Doctor's having a tough time, isn't he? He had the one punt separated, made a tough play on a kickoff, and then let that ball roll.
I thought there was offsides.
Illegal motion.
Oh, yeah, here it is. Really, I actually felt that the Huskies were offside from up here.
That would be a 50-yard punt if it would stand. They got a great roll on it.
If I were, they might take the penalty. Come on back. Get a chance for a return. He may not hit another. You know, that's a 50-yarder. See what happens here.
1:09 now left in this first half.
Taking it back.
Well, they haven't made the decision yet. They're still looking over at the Washington coaching staff, and one official still standing at the 15-yard line.
Illegal motion, kicking team, 5 yards, repeat 4th down.
So now they'll bring the football back up, and the 5-yard penalty will make Ellis come out and punt again.
Here's the formation right here. Punt formation. I don't see the illegal motion as yet. We'll roll it here and see if we can find it. I felt that end up on top was offside. I didn't see it. I can't see it.
I can see the guy you're talking about, though. Huh. Mike Sullivan snaps it away. Ellis is in trouble, scrambling around, tries to throw it, incomplete. So, Washington has an excellent opportunity to add to their lead. Brett Collins was back there. Ellis, the high snap from Mike Sullivan. Couldn't get the punt away. The ball will be at the 30. Washington's got it.
Well, what's happened now is they've balanced turnovers, Gary.
Yep.
Fumbled punt return. Now the bad snap here on the punt. They sort of balanced out. You'll see here the punter. He's going way up there. He's a center fielder now. He knows he can't punt the football. Ellis is moving off. He tries to throw it. Down he goes.
He's not going to play quarterback, is he? Now, Washington has 2 timeouts left. 1:03 left in the half. They have it at the 30-yard line. They try to cross him up with Lewis. Lewis has got a first down. They'll stop the clock as they move the sticks. As he's to the 19-yard line, Aaron Wallace made the stop. That kind of surprised him. They were expecting pass and went right up the middle.
Here he goes. He just bounces up there in that quick draw. And they're running their 2-minute offense right now. They're huddling up and ready to go.
So again, with a first down, the clock is stopped. They start it up again now with 50 seconds. Conklin looking far side, broken up and out of bounds. On the deflection, McKay had the football, but he was out of bounds. That was close to being another interception. Mickey Washington was over there. That stops the clock with 44 seconds. 2nd down. So Washington would figure at least to get a crack at a field goal, but they would like to get the football into the end zone. Compton comes in at fullback now as Mario Bailey checks out for the Huskies.
The big thing you don't want to do here as a quarterback is, number one, turn it over. Number two, take a sack, because that just moves you out of the field goal range, or at least makes it much more difficult.
Second down, 10 yards to go.
They're coming after him.
They sure are, the blitz. And Conklin gets rid of it, and that's all. And he is nailed. That was Thomas, William Thomas. We're talking about him being the starting strong safety last year, and he ran like a safety. They said he was a step slow at safety last year. Now he's a step fast at linebacker. Did I steal your line?
That's what Bob Davey, the defensive coordinator, said about the guy. And he's really a good one, but he's not very big. At 6'3", 205 pounds as a linebacker. But if you're quick and can explode into people and make contact, you're big enough.
Third down coming up now. Again, they still have 2 timeouts left. Mario Bailey's checked back in. Bailey and Riley to the near side. McKay to the top of the field, split out. Lewis is the running back behind Conklin.
They're coming again.
Yes, they are. Conklin throwing near side. Riley broken up at the 5. Good coverage that time by Kevin Smith. So it's fourth down. They're going to have to settle for the field goal.
Good pressure, good coverage. They didn't have time to hold on to it and work any kind of, deep patterns. He'd have been sacked.
Ball was well thrown.
Yeah, it was right there, but good coverage and good pressure.
Well, Kevin Smith picked off one last week, went 40 yards. Last year, he picked off one and went 52 yards. Started celebrating and stepped out of bounds before he took it in. So he's made some big plays.
37 here, 37-yard field goal attempt.
36 probably officially, right in between the 2 hash marks here. The ball's down. The kick up by McCallum, and he's got another one. So he's got a 35 and a 36-yard field goal. He's kicked very efficiently. The Huskies now lead it by 10 with only 29 seconds left in this first half of play.
Daddy, I want my teddy bear.
I want my soda.
Grandma, isn't this fun?
I want my Serta.
Why do people want a Serta? The answer is the exclusive Serta Surface. It tops firm support with layers of thick, luxurious comfort. It'll spoil you for sleeping any other way. So get a Serta Perfect Sleeper.
I want my Serta.
Individuals performing together. Listening, arranging, building. At Northwest, our performance is helping you do business. Getting you wherever you need to go on time. Creating new ways to make things work for you. Because our job is helping you do yours.
Thirteen to 3, Washington on top. They led 7-0, 7-3, 10-3, now 13-3. Dick, you look back on that last particular series, and what really set it all up was that motion penalty. Made him try to punt the ball again. A high snap sets it up, and they end up with 3 points.
So many times that does happen. I've seen bad kickoff situations, and you go back and then re-kick the ball, and the guy take and return it all the way. I mean, you never know when it's going to happen.
Well, that's the reason you make it do it again, right?
Yep.
Rather than take it all the way back there, even though Doctor was having some problems fielding the ball. But it never came to that.
What did Don James say about what's important for his team is game management. Doing all the little things, manage the things during the ball game. He broke down in game management when they fumbled the punt return, but other than that, they're doing pretty good.
A lot of that game management, Dick, is in protecting against the blitz. And other than that one by Washington, they've done a pretty good job.
Plus coaches making proper adjustments. It's all under game management in his terminology.
McCallum kicking off. 29 seconds left in the half. It's Horton. Horton up to the 15, 25, 30, and goes out of bounds. So they haven't avoided Horton at all, even though he returned that long kickoff last week. And they've pretty well been able to stymie that long run. That was Donald Jones over there. Now Lance Pavlis and A&M has only 25 seconds. They do have all 3 of their timeouts. Line of scrimmage to the 32.
25 seconds.
R.C. Slocum from Orange, Texas. By the way, I want to say hello to his daddy, Morris, who is 71 years old, a little bit ill, back in Orange, which is about 200 miles from College Station. No, he's watching, and Mr. Morris, Slocum, we hope you're enjoying this game, even though your dad or your son's team is trailing right now. Here's a give to Wilson, and Wilson just about to the 35-yard line.
You can see their approach is to run out the clock with 14 seconds. They're not going to try to do anything.
Going to regroup.
Going to regroup.
So we have come to the end of this first half. And I think you'd have to say that the debut of the new offense by Don James has been a good one.
I'm as impressed with the defense.
And so at halftime, Washington leads A&M 13-3. A lot coming up at halftime. So to bring that to you, let's go to New York. And here's Roger Twyble. Remember that very well. You going to be in that highlight show, the anniversary special? I mean, are they going to have one of your plays on there?
They'll probably show us getting beat. Because we lost a few on Monday night, too.
That very well. You going to be in that highlight show, the anniversary special? I mean, are they going to have one of your plays on there?
They'll probably show us getting beat. Because we lost a few on Monday night, too.
Well, somebody told me, Kimberly Belton, our producer, that you were 3-3. Is that right?
Well, I think you broke even. I'll tell you this, you can't keep a job in the National Football League breaking even.
Talbot trying it again. This one's in the field of play, and Jones will bring it up. Out to the 25-yard line. So Washington now will set it up there. Kerry Conklin in that first half, very efficiently directing this football team. See if he can pick up where he left off in that first half. Conklin, you don't realize how big he is until you get close to him. He's 6'4", 215 pounder.
First and 10 for the Huskies, just short of the Husky 27.
They mark the ball just across the 26. Just underway, second half of play. Washington with a 10-point lead. High, strong left. Conklin straight back. Dumps it to the tight end. That's Bill Ames, and Ames is 9 yards up the field before he stopped. That's been a very effective play all day for Washington.
Those delays on first down are better than many runs. Normally you get a zone coverage, meaning nobody playing man-to-man. The tight end just sits there, let the linebackers drop out, and they dump him the football. High percentage. Plus, Conklin did a real good job of looking to his right, then turning and throwing to his left.
Ames getting a lot of playing time. He was a starter 2 years ago, out last year with the knee, and going to be a very big part of this offense. Second down, 2. Lewis, and Greg Lewis has the first down. Off the right-hand side. Greg Lewis getting the initial first down of the second half. That was Pat Henry. They were after Pat Henry a little bit. They felt like he should have played better last week. They challenged him, and they said they expected big things from him.
Well, I believe he's playing better in there. I think he and Terry Price are playing pretty good inside right now from up here. And Patrick Henry, you know, he was a student body president in high school, so, you know, he's used to being a leader. I kind of think he'll take that challenge.
Right now, his team setting up defensively at the 37 now. First down for Washington. In motion, Lewis. Conklin looking this way, and it's behind the intended receiver, Orlando McKay. That's one of the few passes that Conklin has been way off target with thus far this afternoon.
Turn it right around the corner.
Second down, 10. And a lot of good quarterbacks for Don James through the years. Warren Moon started it all.
You know the one I remember? Sonny Sexkeller. Remember him?
Yep.
Oh, man, one day did he burn us up.
You don't like to play in Washington, do you?
Not many coaches do. I don't know a coach that really enjoys coming up here.
Second down and 10. 3 wideouts to the near side.
Audible.
Conklin looking this way. This time he's on target to Mark Jones. They get some of the yardage, but it's going to bring up third down still. About 5 to go. Larry Horton was over there quickly to drop Mark Jones. So again, the quick passing, the quick slants, the quick look-ins.
I think he audible to that when he saw everybody sort of backed off into a man-to-man look, thinking they might come after him. So he just sort of a little quick slant out to the sideline.
That's that old expression, game management again. Yeah. Being sure you've got the upper hand. Don't be playing on your heels. 3rd and 5. Riley and Jones split to the top of the field. Lewis in motion. Oh, it's coming. He got rid of it on target. The catch is made by Lewis. Another first down. I'll tell you, you talk about a quick release. Conklin had to get rid of it or he's going to eat it.
Because Aaron Wallace was coming hard to the outside. Now, that's one of the first times we really mentioned his name, but Wallace got the good heat on him coming to the outside, to the left side of your screen. You'll see him flash in there, and he does have tremendous quickness. He'll come from the left outside of your screen, Here he is. Oh, Larry gets first down, move the chains.
Move the change because he has a rifle. And now we have a stoppage of the clock.
You mentioned quick release, Gary. What you're talking about is it just doesn't take the quarterback very long to get it off once he puts it up there.
A&M asked for a timeout. 12:49 to go in the third. We'll return. Washington 13, Texas A&M 3.
Peerless do-it-yourself faucets come with the total faucet and finish warranty. No other faucet warranty can beat it. In other words, the Peerless warranty really holds water. Now through October 14th, get $5 back.
I'd rather switch than itch, so I switched to Tegrin.
Tegrin medicated shampoo controls all the major causes of itching and flaking, so Tegrin is more than strong enough for tough dandruff like yours.
Wouldn't you rather switch than itch?
If you don't like the looks of your car, shoot it with Son of a Gun from STP. Shoot the dash, seats, tires, and roof. Son of a Gun protectant. Man, what a difference.
Whole grain nutrition is important, but only one of these leading cereals has it. Only Wheaties is made with 100% whole grain. Just ask Michael Jordan. Better get your whole grain.
Better eat your Wheaties.
1876. Texas A&M University is founded as a land-grant college. 1971, designated a Sea Grant college. At the close of the 80s, it achieves Space Grant status. Land Grant, Sea Grant, Space Grant. One of a select few in the nation. Texas A&M University, meeting challenges through teaching, research, and public service, now and into the 21st century.
It's been a big day for young Miami quarterback Craig Erickson. This at Camp Randall Stadium against the University of Wisconsin. Seconds remaining in the first half. 3 yards to Randall Hill. 34-3 at halftime. Erickson with 3 touchdown passes. Let's go to Gary Bender.
Roger, thank you. It's a lot closer here. A&M called for a timeout, using a timeout early here, which kind of surprises. Defensive adjustment they needed to make, as it's now first down for Washington at their own 49-yard line. 13-3. You can see the shadows starting to creep in now on the playing field. Conklin double pump. Wide open, incomplete. Nice move on the far side by Jones. He had his man turned inside out, but the ball thrown too far away. So Mark Jones, 6'1", 187.
Gary mentioned
the move on Kevin Smith.
Gary mentioned a double pump. Watch Conklin now as he come back. He sets up quickly. Now watch him throw a pump. Now he try to get the corner to jump that thing. He did, but he just missed him. And you know, those are really tough throws to throw accurately. That's probably the toughest thing to throw accurately, is the stop and go type pattern for a quarterback.
Second down 10 now from the 49 of the Huskies. Conklin, good protection. This time it's Ames. Ames has a first down as he's inside the 40 and still on his feet. Look at that effort. Think this guy's glad to be back playing football?
Oh, yeah, he missed, you know, he was injured last year. You'll see him coming off the line of scrimmage to the left side of your screen. Good protection. See Price is being blocked. Heat coming from behind. He gets rid of it just in time. Now he breaks away. Now watch the ricochet here. Boom, a pretty good hit, but not big enough on that big guy. They just don't get their arms wrapped around him. On a big man like that, you've got to get your arms wrapped around him, Gary. And Kevin Smith, 26 there at 175 pounds. Got to get his arms around him.
Bill Ames made that a 17-yard gain to the 33. Lewis carrying the ball, stays on his feet. Good second effort to the 28-yard line.
Right now, this does not look like the same Texas A&M team we saw on tape last week in those type of things, because they were really flying on defense.
Well, that was the thing that kept being stated again and again, the speed on defense. Did you see how they could run? Did you see how they'd run you down? And that's a good point, and you do not see that kind of tackling going on today. Second down, 6. R.C. Slocum, his team trailing by 10. Conklin again, and catch is made, and nope, rule a trap ball. Trying to come up with LeVar Mitchell out of Stockton, California.
Last week, Texas A&M did a great job on third down, only allowing 1 third down conversion in 12 attempts. Can't do much better.
They got started right last week. That 92-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Had LSU playing catch-up. Then they had the big interception, the touchdown pass from Lewis. Now we have another timeout being called. This is going to be against the Huskies, so both of them using a timeout, both teams here in the third quarter. 11:50 to go. The Huskies by 10.
Bold taste, big enough for two. The 20-ounce bottle is here. Mellow. Michelob.
Is different because today a new line of import-inspired cars has come to your neighborhood. They're called Geo. They're sold and serviced by a dealer network that's larger than Honda, Toyota, and Nissan combined. And they're designed to give you years of carefree driving. Today, the 90s begin, and we invite you to get to know Geo. They're just around the corner at your Chevrolet Geo dealer.
The great names, the classic moments, the incredible plays. Join the celebration. ABC's Monday Night Football 20th Anniversary Special, Monday.
So we come back, Washington using a timeout. Near the conclusion of today's broadcast, we'll be participating in a 19-year tradition, selecting a Chevrolet Most Valuable Player of the Game from each of the teams, and Chevrolet will donate a $1,000 scholarship to each school to further assist qualified students in the pursuit of excellence in all chosen fields. Here we go now on a 3rd down 6 for Washington, who used one of their timeouts. Conklin wanting to throw. Far side behind the receiver, and he caught it. He caught it. Riley made a miraculous one-arm stab.
You'll take a look at this. The ball was thrown behind him, tight man-to-man coverage, right in the middle of the screen. He gives it a shake, moves to the outside. There he is on Kevin Smith, looking. Now he's looking right at him, man-to-man. He reaches back, does a super job of pulling that to the body. That's a professional catch. And I'll tell you, that was good coverage.
Oh, 16-yard pickup. This is the 11th play of this drive. Washington really sustaining their offense. First down now. What a catch by Andre Riley. Another guy who was out last year with injury, and he's glad to be back.
Audible.
Conklin, near side, Riley can't get to this one. That'll stop the clock at 11:17 in the third quarter. Mickey Washington defending on the play. Well, quarterbacks have to love this offense. Look how busy Conklin has been. He is distributing the ball from sideline to sideline.
And this Andre Riley, you think he's excited? As a sophomore, he had a jaw injury and an ankle injury, missed most of the year. Last year, he has knee surgery after the 3rd game, misses most of the year. And here he is playing healthy for the first time. And when we talked to him the other day, you could tell he
he's excited. Yeah. His quickness is something. Second down from the 13. Lewis.
There's a hole.
Oh, as he straightened up, there is a penalty flag, however, as Lewis gets to the 5. He darted through, and Larry Horton straightened him up at the 5-yard line. But let's see what the penalty's all about. Larry Horton, you can see why they're glad to have him in the secondary. Holding against Washington. That's Aaron Wallace who's shaken up on the play. You could hear the hit clear up here. Let's go back, and we're just going to listen to this next play and give you an idea of what it's like down there.
The ball's going to move to the right of your screen. Ouch!
And we're a long ways from the field, and we could feel it up here. But that's Wallace, who came after the hit was made, actually. Yeah, he really wasn't in on the stop itself, and they're looking him over. And, of course, the All-American candidate down right now.
Boy, those trainers, are they ever important? very, very important guys. Carl Karczynski and Bob Heaton and Mike, is that Reich? R-I-C-K-E? Good training crew at Texas A&M. They earned their keep.
Well, they're taking their time with Wallace as well. They should. He is considered one of the outstanding candidates, be the Dick Butkus Lineman of the Year. And looks like it's the left leg that's bothering. He's up and walking, and that's good. Boy, is that it. Well, now he started to walk, and then had second thoughts.
Hard to speculate what he might have done, but he might have, you know, as it caught on him like there, he might have popped a little cartilage in there. I don't think he has a history of knee injuries. Here's a guy, excuse me, Gary, go ahead. Here's a guy that they said as a freshman, the offensive coaches didn't want him, the defensive coaches didn't want him. They said he couldn't play. The only thing he could do was run.
You know, this is a new artificial surface they have here at Washington. It's not near as hard as it's been in the past, and he's walking off, and that's always good to see. He's coming off. He has 2 unassisted tackles, 3 assists, and 1 pass deflection as he leaves momentarily.
The #1 rated linebacker in the country in regard to the professional football teams coming out of spring practice.
One reason they recruited him is a Richmond Webb, outstanding lineman, was his high school teammate. They wanted Webb and just let Wallace kind of come along.
now they're both going to be first-round draft choices.
Not bad job. The Quiet Avengers, what he's called. James Webb now comes in, who's Richmond's younger brother, to replace him at linebacker. Second down. Quarterback draw, I guess. It didn't go anywhere.
Jerry Conklin keeping the ball.
That was Tucker, Kevin Tucker, 90, who was on top of him. That play just didn't materialize at all.
They loaded up inside like that. There was no shot at that. You can see right up here, right in the middle of your screen, you're going to see the heat come off the right side. Here it comes. Here comes the pressure. There's Kevin Tucker, number 90. No one blocked him. Evidently, they were loaded up inside. Tackle moved down there, turned him loose.
Tucker's lucky to be playing. He was thrown out of the back of a pickup truck this summer, suffered severe neck and cheek injuries, and this is his first action of the season. Third down now, 19 yards to go. Little flare pass. Lewis makes a good catch of it, but they're going to lose some yardage anyway.
That's Gary.
As John Cooper read it well and reacted to the near sideline along with Deion Snow. That ball was a difficult catch to make at best, so McCallum now will come in and attempt the field goal.
The guy did a really nice, Lewis here, moving to the right side of your screen. Now watch him reach up there and take this. I mean, that's like a volleyball coming over the net. He reaches, he catches. The big thing he did right there, Gary, is maintain concentration on the ball. He didn't look at the defender coming after him.
Now this is going to be McCallum's third attempt. He's hit one from 35, 36, and this is going to be another 36-yarder from the near hash mark.
The no kicking tee hasn't affected him yet, has it?
Nope. Conklin will hold. Ames snaps. And it's up and on the way. And he is 3 of 3. McCallum has kicked effectively. And so they continue to build their lead. Washington now jumps to a 16-3 lead in the third quarter.
This is a machine built for absolute dependability. And these are its hardest working parts, each meeting the highest performance standards, providing continuous, reliable service. The mechanics of American Airlines, uncompromising professionals, dedicated to perfection, flight after flight after flight.
There are a number of ways to get a safer ride, like always fasten your seat belt.
Seat belt?
And never ride on worn shocks and struts. They can allow your tires to lose contact with the road, resulting in a loss of control and braking. Get a new set of Monroe Gasmatic shocks and struts. They help your vehicle hold the road.
Hey, I feel safer already. So do I.
For a smoother, safer ride, America rides Monroe.
Introducing the Adidas Torsion basketball shoe. Moves the way your foot moves. Created with one thing in mind. Winning. If you really want it, you can. Adidas Torsion.
this is turning out to be quite a day for John McCallum. He's 3 of 3 in the field goal department, and Washington now with a 16-3 lead. Let's go to Cheryl Miller now. She has an injury update.
Thanks, Gary. Aaron's injury wasn't as serious as everyone thinks. It was just a cramp in his calf. He's walking it off right now. They're forcing the fluids. It isn't as hot as it was down in LSU, but the players are starting to cramp up. They're concerned about it. Gary?
Okay, now I understand. There it is. You can see how he sustained that. And really, as Cheryl mentioned, more of the heat, lack of salt, trying to get the cramping situation resolved. Glad it's nothing that's going to take him out and needs any kind of surgical work. As McCallum now kicking off. McCallum, but a busy guy. This is Horton. Oh! Up to the 25, and they hem him in and out of bounds on the far side. That last drive by Washington, very well engineered again, and it was one of those plays where he distributed the ball. Look at this, 15 plays.
You know, normally, Gary, when you run a 15-play drive, you use up a lot more of the clock. But due to that, the types of passing and everything, you know, even when they complete the pass, the receiver isn't running very far with it.
From the 25 is where Lance Pavlis will start it. A&M. Last score coming back to the 13:48 mark of the second quarter on a field goal as Darren Lewis tests the inside. Gets a couple, and again, A&M has not been able to establish their running game.
And that's exactly the style of offense and style of football that they want to play. And again, you know, we were bragging about how big the Texas A&M line is, but so far, they're not winning the battle.
They're not. They have 35 yards rushing, the Aggies do, as of this point of the game. They were averaging 1.9 per carry in the first half. Pavlis, wide open, far side, and it's the tight end. Make that Waddell, Percy Waddell, who made the catch. Waddell open, comes up with a grab, and Burkhalter over defending for the Huskies.
That's a nice drop back pass, and Gary, the receiver, in this case Waddell, started a slant move and then went to the corner, and he turned the doctor, Bill Doctor, all the way around. Did a nice job, good individual route.
22-yard gain to the 49-yard line. That might move their running game up a notch or two, as this is Lewis. Get that passing game going, as Lewis now close to the 40-yard line. Lilo Lang over to make the tackle.
What Washington is doing is a good job of keeping him running parallel to the line of scrimmage. This guy, you give him a step in by those linebackers going forward, straight up into that secondary, he can make you miss. They're not letting him do that right now.
That old idea, not letting him get the shoulders turned up the field.
That's right.
Walter Payton is his idol. He wants to run just like Payton. And this guy, a Heisman Trophy candidate, now trying to establish himself inside the 40 to the 37. Last year, he was just sensational. Second only to Barry Sanders in rushing, the Heisman Trophy winner. That was Brent Collins on the stop. Second down coming up, 7 yards to go.
He had 10 straight 100-yard rushing games at the end of '88. Last week broke the chain against LSU, coming up with only 55 yards.
But it's not only he, but Wilson that's been shut down as well today.
Yep.
Second down. This is Wilson, and Wilson must have heard us as he thunders to the 30, and that's a first down. James Clifford made the stop.
He is a horse. You know, last year in carrying the ball 84 times, he only had 3 minus yards. 3 minus yards running. That means he's always going forward.
Wilson is a 245-pounder who runs like a scat back. First down at the 30-yard line.
Gary, wasn't he the Southwest Conference Rookie of the Year offensive last year?
Newcomer of the year. Lewis was at his first year, and here is Lewis. Lewis, the 30, and gets out of bounds at about the 27. And this is the most effective A&M has looked all afternoon long. Lilo Lang again over on the near side to knock him out of bounds.
I kind of feel if they let this Lewis get his motor running here and get going, most of the time, real good running backs, the more you give it to them, they gain momentum and they start going and going and going, and pretty quick they're the guy that's beaten.
Second down, 7.
There's a mistake in coverage. There's no one on. Oh, they're getting langed up late.
Pavlis to Wilson to the 25. Pretty good reaction that time.
James Clifford.
Yep, Clifford, the guy, the throwback we're talking about. Also Martin Harrison, and it's 3rd down 5 now for the Aggies.
Here's a good look at that haircut. Isn't that a dandy? I used to have one of those in high school, didn't you? You had one of those one time? Your dad being your high school coach, he'd make you cut your hair that short.
3rd and 5. Here we go. 0 for 7 on 3rd down is A&M. Pavlis broke it up. Waddell was separated from the ball by William Doctor. Big hit. So A&M's going to have to settle for the field goal. Waddell had made the catch earlier for 22 yards. Just couldn't hang on here.
Set up. Now you look to the right of your screen, now right over the middle. You'll see that the Doctor's just sitting back there following him, waiting for that ball to get there to time the hit. As he gets more experience, he'll go for the interception.
Lane Talbot, 42-yard attempt. It's no good. It's no good. Wide left. So Talbot, who hit a 32-yarder back in the second quarter, misses here. And Washington leads it 16-3.
Listen to the heartbeat of America.
For today's work, today's world, Chevrolet will introduce more new trucks in 1990 than anyone else anywhere. Nobody's winning like the heartbeat of America. Today's truck is Chevrolet.
The heartbeat of America. Today's truck is Chevrolet.
Protect your plans and dreams. Our agents are the key. Together we make America work. We're USF&G. From the mountains' ledge to the ocean's edge, we insure you every day. We protect what America's made of. We cover the USA.
Shadow continues to extend itself over the playing field here on this sunlit day in the great Northwest. And Dick, when you have a drive like A&M had and come away with nothing, that's got to be a big letdown.
Well, especially mentally, you don't get the 3 points, that's bad enough. But then mentally, when you're down 16-3, you have nothing to lift you up. They ain't got the Canadian honkers flying right through here.
There's the size. 6'6", 294 average, and here is A&M. Were they drawn off or did they jump off?
No, they jumped off.
That's Aaron Wallace, who's back in the ball game. Good to see that. It was Henry, though, that made the contact, the nose guard. Look at this. Is that big? McCall, they call him the USS McCall. He's so big.
314, 300.
Groot they recruited one time on a plane trip. Remember the story? They were out recruiting somebody else flying to L.A.
Went to Florida, didn't it? The kid went from California to Florida, wasn't it, on a recruiting trip. On the plane flying home, he runs into the Texas A&M coaches. They start recruiting him.
He was so big on the plane, they wanted to find out about it and recruited him. All right, 1st and 5, the penalty against A&M, the line of scrimmage, the 30. Lewis has a 1st down to the 38-yard line. Mickey Washington on the stop.
That's that Washington Redskins old counter gap play. Pull the both offside linemen and head them over there to the other side.
1st down, 10 yards to go for the Huskies.
Washington now from their own 38-yard line. Lewis looks like he's going to change some of their running habits this year. He has the good quick feet. He's had some impressive moments today. 6:28 left in this 3rd quarter. Lewis again, and Lewis knocked out of bounds at the 44-yard line. That was Washington again.
He hit up inside and had that burst. He needed to slide along the line of scrimmage and get outside, Gary, like you were saying.
Well, they called him a floating type runner, and there was a good example how he floated, able to pick up an additional yard or so.
I read a cute article about Lewis, and he heard that his wife had gone to the hospital to have her baby, and the writer said that he recognized then that he could move quicker.
Second down and 4. Conklin, a lot of time. That little dump over the middle. And this is Compton, the fullback, and with effort, he gets the first down.
See, they're using that type of passing game as a run, really. They're not trying to get 15, 20 yards. They're just trying to nickel and dime it.
Compton shaken up on the play. Compton's one of those throwback guys as well. It was Jeroy Robinson who dropped him at the 49-yard line.
And Jeroy Robinson can drop you.
Yes,
Watching him play last week, he can get after you. He gets down in a three-point stance from time to time and does a great job.
Bandera, Texas, by the way, is in the San Antonio area. Conklin has directed his offense very efficiently. And you look at him here. You can see the concentration, that look in his eyes. He's into this one. First down. He's a referee as well.
Well, he's got a good education up here.
Well, Don James closed practices, wouldn't let anybody watch his workouts, trying to keep as best he could covered up what he's going to do today with this new offense. It's come out and performed very efficiently. First down at the 49. Two tight ends now. Aaron Pierce and Bill Ames in.
They're coming after him.
Conklin on the play action gets a block, and the catch is made. And
great hit.
Bill Ames goes to another first down. He absorbed some punishment, but they get some yards. Deion Snow hit him.
That was a great hit.
It is a first down.
Ames will be coming from the right side of your screen. Here he comes crossing under now, underneath there, roll out, bang, he gets him to watch his tackle. Boy, was that a nice hit. Nice job, Deion Snow. That's how you have to make a tackle.
Eleven-yard pickup on the play. Lewis again. Lewis inside the 40 to the 37. Well, they thought one of their areas of real depth was tight end. But then Mark Kilpack, their starter for a year ago, went down. Bill Ames is elevated to the #1 spot. Aaron Pierce has had some problems with a leg injury. So they have depleted their depth, but Ames has played so well today, and in the absence of Kilpack, that's got to be certainly a good sign for Don James.
You know, Ames already has his degree in English. Doing a good job academically as well.
Second and 7, Lewis to the 30, cuts back. If he'd stayed on his feet, he had a lot more room. He's down at the 25. Larry Horton tripped him up.
He takes a little counter step to allow the big lineman to get over there in front of him. Actually, just over penetration by the corner that time coming on a blitz. Mickey Washington, #1, and he gets that underneath it. I kind of believe what we're going to see, Gary, is Texas A&M starting to really commit linebackers and safeties and maybe once in a while corners to in blitz situations to try to create the turnover.
From the 25 now, a first down. Compton, the fullback, nothing this time.
Good defense.
You know, you look at Don James, he's really done a good job overall, but you look at how he's won his openers, 9 of the last 10. He's 66-23 here at home. He's 5-2 Southwest Conference through the years. You know, it's amazing how tough he has been, and yet no one was satisfied at 6-5, and least of all Don James.
He just, you would, in talking with him, you thought they were, 5-6 last year, but they're used to going to bowl games. They're used to being respected in the upper echelon. Heck, he's the president of the Coaches Association in the country.
Second down now.
They're coming after him again.
Conklin, inner corner. Riley can't get to it. He and Washington running stride for stride. That's the area, of course, that Bailey caught the touchdown pass against this man, Mickey Washington. Well, last year, the Pac-10 had the best record against non-conference opponents of anybody in the country. They were 27-7. That's almost 80%.
Pac-10 starting out all right now. Here we have a game that they're leading, and Washington State won, beat BYU in a real. Well, how many yards were in that one?
Well, BYU quarterback had 537 yards. From the 25 now, third down, 3rd and 10. On the option. Conklin keeps it. He won't get the first down. He's inside the 20 to the 19. Gets a little closer for that field goal attempt as Larry Horton is over to make the stop once again.
See, they can afford to do those kind of things on third down now. Get in the I formation, running formation, run the option. They have the 13-point lead. The field goal kicker's already hit 3 for 3. They feel he's got a streak going.
Well, this is certainly around the range. He's had a 35, 36, 36, and this is going to be a 37-yard attempt. Conklin will hold and McCallum to attempt his 4th in a row.
This guy came out of high school. Our kicker right here now, John McCallum, with a 3.9, Gary. Almost
down.
straight A.
The kick is up. McCallum's kick is up, and he got another one. 4 for 4. And the crowd here very appreciative of McCallum. 19-3, Don James now leads in this football game. McCallum right now has got to be a candidate for the player of the year, and should say the player of the game.
Don, don't talk to your kicker. Every time I talked to my kicker, I fouled him up. All he did was get worse. There's a good football coach.
McCallum with 4 for 4 in the field goal department has given the Huskies a 19-3 lead. And A&M is in a position where they got to make some things happen. 2:54 left in the third. McCallum had talked about he changed his approach to the football this year due to the fact he can't kick with the tee. Changed the angle, and seemingly that's worked for him. Whatever it is, they better ask him what he's doing.
Well, kicking without a tee on the AstroTurf is easier than kicking without a tee on regular turf, Gary.
This is Horton once again. Now he's got a whole picket line on the far side to the 44-yard line. Well, Don James wasn't happy with that 6-5 record, so when Mike Lou, the athletic director, came to him, offered him a raise, he turned it down, and we talked to him about that, his thinking as to why he didn't take the raise.
Well, first of all, that was done way last December, and it was never meant to reach the public, but it did, and it got out this summer. But the raise is the money I gave to the coaches, and I'm probably overpaid as it is for what I do. And as far as the contract, I just felt like as a staff, we needed to be more worthy of, to get the renewal 5-year contract, which we've been able to do for about the last 10 years.
The Dean of Pac-10 coaches, well, that was being explained by Don James. Gary Oliver hooked up with Lance Pavlis, and they picked up 9 yards on the play. 2nd down, a yard to go at the 48 of Washington. Let's go! A&M trying to get something going. Here is Darren Lewis, and Lewis inside the 45 to the 44 as Martin Harrison will be credited with a tackle. Looks like Lewis limping a little bit as he goes back. He's had some hamstring problems as well as a shoulder problem.
I wonder if he's having some cramp problems.
They've got some good running backs behind him. Keith McAfee looked great last week against LSU. But they have to take him out. He did get the first down. Pavlis rolling to the near side. Jones can't hang on. Mike Jones almost just couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, he's happy. Don't smile too soon, young man. You got a long time to play.
You sound like a coach.
Oh, it used to drive me crazy. We'd be leading you, turn around, and see your guys smiling and all that kind of stuff. Because I've had it go the other way.
There's 2:02 left in the third. The 2nd down now, 10 from the 45. Oliver comes to the near side along with Shane Garrett, split up. Wilson, and he just pulls his way to the 36-yard line. Burkhalter over to make the stop. We haven't said a lot about Eugene Burkhalter, but they feel he is an impact-type player, a junior safety.
Here's Lance Pavlis, number 12, the quarterback, just making a little draw move. Watch his feet there. See a little pivot move there. He hands it off nicely, pivots around. Now he's a spectator. He watches a good football player run.
good football player, gives A&M a 3rd and 2. And off to McAfee, the guy we were talking about. He fumbles the ball, but it's been blown dead. He did not get the first down. Keith McAfee, his first opportunity, was hit behind the line of scrimmage. They lose yardage. It's 4th down and about 3 yards to go.
That was
Fraley was there first.
Chico Fraley did a nice job. They turned him loose and let him go ahead and red dog up inside. And he's an undersized guy at 6'2", 205 pounds. That's what he does best.
They're going for it on 4th down, 4th and 3. Over the middle, it's complete to Oliver, and he has the first down just barely. Just barely. As Mincy makes the stop, and Gary Oliver, a former walk-on from Breckenridge, Texas, makes a very important catch for A&M.
All right, you're going to see Oliver to the right side of your screen here. No, we don't have it.
First down now at the 33. Oliver and Garrett split out. 35 seconds left in the 3rd. Pavlis play action. Throwing near side, complete to Oliver again, and Oliver inside the 15 and tackled. That's Mincy, and it's another first down. So all of a sudden, Oliver and Pavlis are on the same page. They've hooked up for 2. That's a 20-yard gain.
See, there are only a few big plays out of this football game, especially with the kind of talent and the speed that this Texas A&M team has. You can't afford to give them a breath.
Coming in now is Cornelius Patterson. Double tight end alignment. Jones and Brian Ross now come in. On a first down, Pavlis on the option, cuts to the near side. Washington is not fooled, and they're going to lose yardage. Pavlis fumbles it out of bounds, but he'll go down at the spot at the 16-yard line where Brett Collins got him.
That was an option scramble.
I don't know. Was that a design play?
No, it was. I don't know. Way.
Come on, Huskies! Let's go! Come on, Huskies! Let's go!
Not a bad idea. It just didn't work. There's a corner. So we played 3. We'll return with more college football action between Texas A&M and Washington after this message and a word from our ABC station.
I've got a what? A brush. I really do.
It's inconceivable.
How could I possibly have a cavity? This is devastating.
If your little kid has a cavity, we've got news for you. Over the years, one toothpaste has helped prevent more cavities than all others combined.
Yay!
Not surprisingly, it's the toothpaste more dentists recommend. Crest.
This was a totally incredible visit. Yes! It's great!
Crest, it's hard on cavities and easy on you.
I'm out of here.
Season after season, proper yard care is easy with supplies from True Value Hardware stores. This fall, give your lawn healthy protection for the upcoming winter with Green Thumb Fall and Spring Lawn Food, just $4.88. Trim a tree's extra growth with these Green Thumb lopping shears, only $10.99. And get rid of pesky insects with your choice of Green Thumb insect killers, just $2.66 each at participating True Value Hardware stores and home centers.
Tomorrow, from the producers of Hunter, comes Thunderbolt Row.
You need $20,000? Maybe I can help you.
I'm not a drug lord. The world premiere of Thunderbolt Row, tomorrow.
Texaco's new System 3 gasoline helps prevent clogged fuel injectors and intake valve deposits. You'll get more power from every octane. It even helps restore performance to older cars.
This is not my car.
This is not my car!
This is my car.
5 tanks is all we ask.
Not 3, not 2, but 1. One coat Hammerite means you don't need a primer or an undercoat, and there's no unsightly rust. Sorry, Marvin. Just one generous coat stops rust on gates, garden furniture, swings, bikes, cars, oil rigs, and gives a tough hammered finish. Hammerite comes in 14, 14, 14! Thank you, Marvin. Attractive colors, plus white. Remember, no primer, no undercoat, no rust. That's one coat Hammerite with glass guards. All right!
I'm Dan Lewis. Join me weeknights for Como News 4.
What a a spectacular setting this is. 69,000 plus. So look at Lake Washington. We all had the opportunity yesterday to go with Mike Lude and the athletic director of the University of Washington on a boat. Went out on Lake Washington. Kind of a little special side trip to our visit here.
Food was good too, Gary.
It was good. You always find the good food.
You were ahead of the line of me, I'll tell you that. You were ahead of me.
2nd and 12 now for A&M as we start the 4th quarter. Pavlich rolling around, and Wilson makes the catch. And he's inside the 10, falling backwards. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and still about 6 yards to go. Briscoe was over there, but Wilson just had to reach too far back. Let's look now statistically at this football game after 3 quarters.
You can see that A&M is starting to close the gap a little bit.
But they still, 70 yards rushing is way below what they expect.
Especially with their style and their philosophy of offense.
3rd down, 6. 19-3, Washington with the lead as we start this 4th quarter. Pavlich on the roll. And it's broken up. Nice play. Excellent play that time defensively by Chico Fraley. Fraley, the linebacker, on his deep drop was there and broke it up.
He did a nice job of reaching around, it appeared from up here, Gary, of just reaching around. And here he is moving up forward. Now here it comes. Now let him reach around with that left hand and just bat it away. Pretty good job.
Shane Garrett, the intended receiver. A&M, by the way, now is 0 for 10 on 3rd downs. And this is going to be a field goal attempt by Talbot. And it's going to be a 22-yard attempt. He's standing in the shadows. He missed a 42-yarder back in the 3rd quarter. The kick is up, and this time he's right down the middle. And so A&M has scored 6 on 2 Talbot field goals. 14:09 to go in the game. The Huskies' lead has been cut.
Mr. Ian McKenzie. I'm Angus McKenzie. Ian's moved down the road.
Today, with service to 175 countries,
Oh, you'd be wanting Ian Alistair McKenzie.
UPS delivers to nearly 4 billion people,
Parcel for McKenzie.
including the extraordinary concentration of Mackenzies along the northeast coast of Scotland.
Mr. Ian Alistair McKenzie. No trouble finding him, did you, lad? No trouble at all.
UPS, we run the tightest ship in the shipping business.
The heartbeat of America.
For today's work, today's world, Chevrolet will introduce more new vans in 1990 than anyone else anywhere. Nobody's winning like the heartbeat of America. Today's truck is Chevrolet.
The heartbeat of America. Today's truck is Chevrolet.
I'm Frank Gifford. Join us with the New York Giants head into Washington to take on the Redskins as we kick off our 20th anniversary season of ABC's Monday Night Football.
So Talbot has put A&M on the scoreboard. Their first points of the 2nd half after they had scored way back at the 13:48 mark of the 2nd quarter play. R.C. Slocum's team with the 3 points still very much in this.
Talking to Coach Bob Davie, the defensive coordinator.
This will be Jones going back deep, and he'll be joined by Doctor as Talbot will kick off once again. There's Doctor. Very short. Doctor will take it up to the 25. Got some running room. Look out to the 40. Coming up to the 42 and run out of bounds there. He just couldn't get any further up the field. As flying over there was Steve Lofton, just wouldn't let him get his shoulders up the field. But a good return by Doctor to the 42. Well, Monday, we've got a very special night of great football and great memories for you. Our 20th anniversary season of ABC's Monday Night Football kicks off with a classic rivalry at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. The Giants and the Redskins. And you're also invited to a primetime celebration at 8 Eastern and after the game on the West Coast as we present ABC's Monday Night Football 20th anniversary special. And the next Saturday on ABC's College Football, it's a showdown for number 1. Defending national champion Notre Dame against Michigan, live at 3:30 Eastern. So after that good kickoff return by Doctor, Washington sets it up at the 42, and Lewis gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Up. Aaron Wallace, who was shaken up earlier, was in on that tackle. 11 plays, 49 yards, and another field goal in this game. It's been a game of field goals. McCallum 4 of 4, Talbot 2 of 3. Changes up front, I see now. New offensive tackle Lincoln Kennedy, and now for Washington at the right side. Conklin, quick slant in. And Andre Riley's got it into the A&M field. Check that. Greg Lewis has it to the A&M 48. Cheryl Miller's down below. Let's join her.
Thanks, Gary. I'll tell you, these guys, the fans here, they love the students. 3 weeks until school starts, and then here's the part of the Huskies.
Well, I tell you, they may not last 3 weeks before school starts.
I've never seen kids so excited about going to school. Have you?
That was enough.
Cheryl may not get out of there alive.
That was enough for the first down, by the way. Greg Lewis on that little slant inside to the 48-yard line of A&M. Well, R.C. Slocum coached 1 game last year as an interim coach for Jackie Sherrill. They beat A&M, but it will be credited to Sherrill as a win for him. He won last week, and today a little tougher sledding. Lewis. Inside the 40, about a yard short of the first down. He's getting more and more confidence as this game goes on.
Yeah, he's getting fired up.
You think Miami's fired up? They just reloaded again, didn't
44-3. I was told that it's the best defensive team Miami's ever had, and I was told the new quarterback is the best one they've ever had.
That's hard to believe.
Have you heard the same stories?
Yeah, I have. They tell me he throws the ball so well. Steve Walsh is very good, but they say that the new quarterback, Erickson, has a better arm. Straight ahead. That moves it to the 34. First down. Larry Horton on the stop. And right now, Washington, after having their lead cut by 3, looks like they want to put the lid on this one.
Well, the last 4 times they've had the ball, they've ended up getting the field goal, right?
That's right. The last 4 possessions. That's impressive. Isn't that interesting, though, Dick? In a year where you thought the kicking game might be altered, might not be as effective without the tee, this has been a game of kicking.
It shows you that maybe there was too much emphasis placed on the importance of the key kicking in the AstroTurf fields.
Movement and penalty flags.
Penalty flag down.
We talked about the kicking tee.
Ball start, offense, 5 yards.
5-yard penalty. We mentioned some of the changes rule-wise. We're going to show you here graphically. No kicking tee. The crowd noise, which hasn't been a factor today, but will be an issue before this year's over. You can bet on that. No taunting, and then the ball dead if a player simulates being down. That's the Rodney Peete rule.
Right.
Showed that earlier in the ball game where he did that against UCLA. So Rodney Peete changed the rule book. Will Chamberlain changed the rule book in basketball. They widened the lanes. 1st and 15. Conklin on target to McKay. Orlando McKay just a yard short of the first down at the 25.
Hey, let's go!
Conklin's confidence has just got to be coming up higher and higher and higher. And this is a 5-step drop. 5-step drop by the quarterback. Now watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plant. Let her go. He had pressure, but the ball was going by the time the pressure got there. Good job by McKay getting up there and taking it down. Washington's in good position. To take those away, Gary, you need some help underneath.
McKay from Arizona, but his brother was a graduate assistant at the University of Washington, and so his interest came to the Northwest. Conklin. Oh, complete. McKay, after catching the other one, drops this one.
You know what he did? He became a ball carrier before he was an official receiver. Yep. You know, he started to run. You see him turn his head, get ready to go.
Well, they still got to get the first down. It's 3rd down and a yard to go now.
You know, it's amazing the number of outstanding students the Washington team has in their offensive line and offensive front. Orlando McKay came into to University of Washington at a 3.87 grade point out of high school. A little bit higher than mine.
The wishbone on this short yardage situation. Give to Jay Berry, and Berry had tough sledding. Berry smacked in the middle, and we may have to wait on this one. Wallace was in there. Tucker was in there. Henry getting up.
I think Henry has played pretty well in there today. I mean, I think he's been a factor. The pressure they put on him, I think he's sort of risen to the occasion.
Well, it's 4th down. They didn't get it. It's 4th down. Well, earlier, you remember, they got it on a 4th and 2.
You know what would be an unbelievable call right now? An unbelievable call right now on 4th and inches would be to come with a play-action pass. Would that shake them up? Huh? They won't do it, but
from the wishbone again, Conklin on the option, cuts it, and he fumbled the ball. It's loose, and A&M's got it.
So if you're not, on 4th and inches, why go down the line of scrimmage parallel? Here he is. See, now the quarterback moving down the line of scrimmage parallel. 4th and inches, attack the line of scrimmage. This is an option. This is what he's coached to do. William Thomas, number 11, comes in behind him and strips him. But if you're just going to run the ball for inches, give the ball to the back and go up after it.
Washington, Mickey Washington with a fumble recovery. A&M still alive. They have it at the 25-yard line.
It took 2,000 years, but a revolutionary discovery is changing the way men think about coloring their gray hair. It's called Just for Men, from the leader in men's hair coloring. Simply apply Just for Men, and in 5 minutes, shampoo out. Your gray is blended away, leaving your natural-looking color. 5 minutes. Here, look at me. Just for Men leaves your hair looking healthy and fuller, and it won't fade or wash out. Just for Men, in the men's hair care section.
Attention, football widows. If your man enters the Michelob Challenge, he could win up to $50,000. Just imagine how that could change your life. To enter, just look for this Michelob display.
The lights on these cars are running on battery power alone. And in the end, only one, the car with the new Die Hard battery, our most powerful ever, is able to start. Great low prices every day, Die Hard power. That's your money's worth and a whole lot more.
Last year, Notre Dame beat Michigan on their way to a national title. Now, Bo and the Wolverines want revenge in a battle for number 1 on ABC Sports next Saturday.
There's part of the beauty here at the Great Northwest. And right now, the Washington fans not enjoying the scenery as a fumble has given the ball to A&M at their own 25. Pitch comes back to Lewis, and Lewis just hasn't been able to get it going as he's out for maybe a yard on the play, and that's all. Coming up on the play was Briscoe again for Washington.
Lewis is just not getting a chance to get turned upfield. The defense is doing a real good job. The ball's tossed to him in this play, but what you're going to notice, he just can't get turned up. There's a kick-out block there. Briscoe does a nice job. See, there's no place for the poor guy to get started.
He has 51 yards on 15 carries. Last week had 55 yards. Pavlis rolling out on a 2nd down and 9. Hit hard as he just gets rid of it. A flag is thrown, however. Pavlis hit very hard. It was John Cook the first to get there, but what's the flag all about?
It's got to be holding. The umpire.
Illegal man downfield.
Man downfield. Okay. Loss it down. Let's see if we can find the guy downfield. The quarterback's rolling out there right now. We still don't find the man downfield. Where is he? Is it right here they're calling?
Well, we have a little problem there with the graphic machine.
Receiver, downfield, penalty is declined, 3rd down.
3rd down coming up. Pavlis really paid for that particular rollout. He was buried back there.
3rd down, 9 yards.
So 3rd and 9 now for A&M as Washington refuses a penalty. 9:43 left in the game. Washington plays Purdue here next week. And they play Colorado. 2 very good rushing teams. A&M's at TCU. Pavlis up the middle, catch is made, and that's got the first down. Cornelius Patterson comes up with a rolling grab, and they come out of a deep hole and get the first down across the 45-yard line.
The offensive line did a real good job that time of providing the time to just sit back there and allow a pattern that takes a long time to develop to go ahead and develop. Good job by the offensive line.
Patterson had 3 catches last week against LSU. His first of the day, 20-yard gain. Pavlis again on target. Jones, and you can hear the hit clear up here.
Boy,
it's another first down.
But he hung on to it. Well, I tell you, that was a real hit, and he hung on to it. Fine play. Yeah.
Woo.
Big Jones will be coming from the left side of your screen. Here you see him crossing underneath. Now he's in behind the linebacker. Watch the ball. He gets it. What a hit. That time by Brett Collins, number 46.
Pavlis throwing again, and this time not able to make the connection is Ross, Brian Ross, who replaced Jones at tight end. Couldn't quite come up with the grab. That'll stop the clock with 9:11 left in the game. Second down 10 now from the Washington 42. Brian Ross out of San Angelo, Texas. He's an outstanding student. He is studying engineering technology. Something you and I took, I'm sure, somewhere.
That was PE.
Second down 10. Intercepted. It's picked off. With the interception is Fraley. And Fraley sets up Washington in beautiful shape.
You'll see the quarterback rolling out. He sets, and Gary, what happens many times on these, he was rolling to his right, pulling the defenders with him as he rolled, and Chico Fraley was moving in the direction. Now we have a nice big look at this play. Now watch the number 39. We'll see, pick him out here in the middle. Now the quarterback is rolling. Now watch him here. Here he comes now, inside out on the plate. Boom, picks. He was running in the direction of the quarterback.
Boy, Dennis Brown had his hands in the air, too, which helped on that. Here is Lewis straight ahead, and Lewis has a first down to the 36. And Greg Lewis is coming of age as a running back for this Washington team.
He's showing some ability to make people miss as he darts up in there. Just a quick handoff. Gets it to him right now. Now, let's see that make a move. A little dart in there, Gary. Good balance.
Don James has had a lot of success. Some people were beginning to wonder if they were on the demise, but they're on their way now, aren't they? Lewis, 105 yards, 22 carries. His best of his career, the junior out of Seattle. This time, Lewis adds a couple of more yards to that total. Lewis had played sparingly for 2 years. He was behind Vince Weathersby, who ended up being the number 2 rusher in Washington history. He lost some weight, kind of recommitted himself, likes this new offense, and I think the whole team's got to like this new offense now.
I tell you what, I think the difference in the team right now, offense yes, defense yes, is that from what I understand, the whole squad made a recommitment in the off-season program.
A lot of them stayed around here this summer. Second down and 6 now for Washington. Lewis trying to get outside. Nice spin move to the 28-yard line. 2 yards short of the first down.
You can see on this replay that he takes a shot. He takes a shot deep in the I formation. He gets the ball going up. Now watch him bounce to the outside. Now see, nice footwork right there. Looking back. Now see that? Good balance, always going forward. Tough runner, Gary.
The thought occurs to me on that interception by Fraley. Last week, A&M didn't have any turnovers. And today, they have not played as efficiently or, I guess, as mechanically as well as they did against the Tigers a week ago. Third down now, 2 yards to go. Lewis again getting a real workout, and he's got a first down to the 25.
Gary, I've studied running backs most of my coaching career, and the results of what happens when you run for 100 yards with one running back in a game, and you win 75% of the games as a coach when you have one running back in your backfield run for 100 yards.
So you're giving the win to Washington as of this moment.
No, I'm not giving it up. But I mean, that's what happens.
That's an interesting stat.
And that's true in the National Football League. I did it over 6-year study, and that's exactly what happened.
Well, Gary Gibbs is 2-0 as the new coach of the Sooners. Their win today. First down now for Washington from the 25 of A&M. Lewis again, and he is getting a workout. He stumbles this time as he's close to the 20. Pickup of 5. John Cooper on the stop. Some running backs, Dick, and you know this very well, the more work they get, the better they become.
Take a look at big number 75 there. Lincoln Kennedy. Ladies and gentlemen, he weighs 315 pounds, and he's a freshman. What's he going to be when he grows up?
I don't know. He's 6'7" to go with that. Lewis with 5 carries in a row. But Lewis, like a lot of backs, they get more efficient, get better as they work harder. It's interesting how that
I always believe that.
2nd and 5 again. Look at him. This is his 6th straight carry, and he's just maybe a half yard short of the first down.
See, the other thing they're doing, they've got some fresh offensive linemen in there, and they're coming off the ball well, but they're eating up the clock. Now we're down to 5 minutes, 50 seconds.
Well, Lewis wanted to carry the ball, and he's getting his workout. That was his 27th carry of the afternoon.
He only carried it 39 times all year last year. Coach James has got to be feeling pretty good.
You know, what's interesting is how they have had such good game management. They've taken out people like Aaron Wallace. He hasn't been a factor in this football game. His blitzing, his ability to really mess up your entire offense. Here's Conklin on a sneak, and it looks like it's enough for the first down. They played with poise, Washington has, and sometimes when you make changes in your offense, that isn't easy to come by.
No, I know it, but you know what they've done with their offense? They've sort of neutralized Aaron Wallace's speed, because what he is, he's a wrecking crew. That's what they like to call themselves with that 4.4 speed. Today, it hadn't really been a factor.
First down at the 15, and the clock now with 5 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Washington so tough here in Husky Stadium, and making it tough for A&M today. Lewis inside the 10. Boy, he is really putting on quite a show now as William Thomas eventually caught up with him.
You know what I'd do now if I were a coach? If I were a coach right now and I have this lead and I have momentum, I'd take my #1 running back out of the football game. How would you like to get him injured, leading 19-6 with 4 minutes to go for the season? You know, maybe I'm a negative thinker, but that used to scare me to death. You know,
that's just this series.
That's the advantage of the one-back attack. There's only one guy back there to carry it.
You don't have to share it. 2nd and 5, mishandled snap. Somewhere down there is Conklin. Looks like he came up with it. Well, you would think maybe also with Jay Berry, Eugene Harris, and they have a true freshman, Bino Bryant, they're excited about. They'd like to get them in the game.
Well, you know, I would imagine they would like to redshirt Bino Bryant if they could, but he is so good right now, they may not be able to.
Well, the way Lewis is playing, they might, though. He has really acquitted himself well. Clock continues to run, 3:50 as we come to a 3rd down and 5 from the 10-yard line. There's the time. Conklin to Lewis. Lewis skips inside. Look at that effort, close to the 5. He may have a 1st and goal. Very close to it.
Again, there's that counter play, pulling the both big linemen from the right side, running over the left side.
Just kind of a little extra effort.
Here's that counter play. Now watch the running back. He steps. Watch the lineman get out in front of him. There he is. Listen.
You can hear it, can't you?
Oh, you can hear it.
He did not get the 1st down, though. It's 4th down, less than a yard to go.
They won't run the option.
After what you said, they better not, huh? They're 1 for 2 on 4th downs. A give to Jay Berry, and I don't know. I don't think he got it, did he?
Good defense.
Berry tried to get just inside the 5, and looks like they're on top of the 5-yard line.
I don't think he made it.
Good defense. So they hold, and A&M will have a 95-yard drive staring them in the face.
Will it?
We're going to come back. 2:55 left in this game. Washington with a 19-6 lead.
When the Bass Angler Sportsman Society went fishing for an official truck, they reeled in a Chevy Astro. Rumor has it they were hooked on our superior towing power. Nobody's winning like the heartbeat of America. Here's another Chevy that really hauls on the track. Chevy Truck, the official truck of NASCAR. Nobody's winning like the heartbeat of America.
My athlete's foot kept flaring up. I'd put it out, and it'd just flare up again. Then my doctor told me about Tinactin. It cures recurring athlete's foot. Use it regularly, and it'll keep the fire from coming back.
Tinactin puts the fire out for good.
If you don't like the looks of your car, shoot it with Son of a Gun from STP. Shoot the dash, seats, tires, and roof. Son of a Gun protectant. Man, what a difference.
Gary Bender, Dick Vermeil, and Cheryl Miller from Husky Stadium in Seattle. The Huskies, who have won 9 of their last 10 openers. Right now, looks like they may move to 10 out of 11 as they lead 19-6. 2:55 left in the game, unless this man, Pavlis, and his teammates can really get something going in a hurry. Throwing from the end zone is Pavlis. He had to get rid of it. He was buried back there by John Cook. Well, that was one area they wondered about. Didn't have any experience in nose guard, but Cook has done well.
Cook's coming off the nose up inside. Now you see Pavlis holds it just for a second. Oh, he better get rid of it because here he comes.
Second down 10. Stop the clock with 2:49. Pavlis again for the end zone. Comes out on target. Catch is made by Jones, who's come back in after being shaken up. He's about a yard short of the first down. They're going to go without a huddle. Or I thought they were. I guess they aren't now. 2:34 and a third down and 1 now coming up for A&M. Ryan Ross checks in. Double tight end alignment. They're really late making the substitution. They need to hurry as time being very, very important to this football team. McAfee's in now. Keith McAfee, the running back, brings it out to the 21-yard line.
Keith shows a little flash, doesn't he? Yep. He was impressive in the tapes that we saw last week.
That's a first down. McAfee out of Sugarland, Texas.
He's the fastest running back on the team, Gary. He can fly.
He'd probably start for a lot of football teams.
He's only a sophomore. He'll get his turn.
First down now, out across the 20 to the 21. 2:11 left in the football game. Pavlis, short drop. Oh, catch is made by McAfee. McAfee dropped at the 26-yard line. Big hits again. That's Mark Goudreau, number 51, and also Travis, Greg Travis, a couple of backup linebackers in there. Travis was a starter last year, but he's having shoulder problems, and so Brett Collins replaced him as a starter today. 2nd and 5, and McAfee looked one way, and the ball was thrown another, incomplete. One thing they didn't want Pavlis have to do was to take a lot of the responsibility of winning games. They wanted him to play within his ability and use a running game to complement him. Well, the running game hasn't been there, and now they're having to go to his passing ability.
Well, Bob Toledo thought maybe the kid lacked a little confidence. He was jerked out of a lot of games last year and all that kind of stuff. He was hoping very much he could get off to a positive start. He hasn't been at fault.
No, not at all. Here's a pass. McAfee dropped it, and that's certainly not Pavlis' fault. Pavlis now 16 of 29 for 158 yards. He did throw the one interception. That'll stop the clock. It brings up 4th down, and Ellis will come in and punt for A&M. So Washington will drop back with Doctor. He will go back inside his own 40. Sullivan again will snap. Remember, last time Ellis was in this area, they had a high snap. This time he has a little trouble fielding the ball. Doesn't kick it very well. It takes a Washington bounce back out to the 50 into the 49-yard line of A&M. So with 1:25 left, Washington will come out. They have a 19-6 lead in the first game of '89.
What's in a name? The Kemper name means the security of solid insurance protection for your life, home, business, and auto. even reinsurance protection. But Kemper's more than insurance. It's Kemper Financial Products, like mutual funds, annuities, and money market funds, working to bring you better tomorrows, insurance and investments. Ask for them by name. Kemper.
Today is different because today a new line of import-inspired cars has come to your neighborhood. They're called Geo. They're sold and serviced by a dealer network that's larger than Honda, Toyota, and Nissan combined. And they're designed to give you years of carefree driving. Today, the 90s begin, and we invite you to get to know Geo. They're just around the corner at your Chevrolet Geo dealer.
1:25 left, and Washington has changed quarterbacks. Mark Brunell, a freshman out of Santa Maria, California, replaces Conklin. You look at Conklin, who leads with very good numbers and a victory. He leads hitting 23 of 37, 224 yards and a touchdown. Brunell is a left-hander, and they like this guy a lot. A freshman, a redshirt freshman. Give to Jay Berry. Berry goes for 5 to the 45. Brunell was heavily recruited out of California. He was rated behind Marinovich and also Brett Johnson of UCLA. They were kind of 1, 2, 3 in the state of California, and the coaches felt if they got any one of the three, they were all right. They got Brunell.
Brunell was impressive on the tapes that we watched. You know, in the two scrimmages, he did a good job. He threw like 60% complete in those two scrimmages.
He's big, too. 6'2", 202. They've got another guy, freshman Billy Joe Hobart, so they really have quarterbacks for the next 4 years. Give to Berry, and Berry got maybe 2 yards. So Kerry Conklin, in his senior year, gets it started right for Don James and the Huskies and turns it over to this guy.
You know, that Brunell, I was talking to Gary Pinkel, the quarterback coaching coordinator, says the only thing this guy lacks is notoriety.
Well, with Todd Marinovich and Brett Johnson, it was hard to get that in high school.
Do you think Texas A&M is going to be ready to play TCU next week?
Oh, boy. Jim Wacker probably is thinking they'll take out all of their anger against the Horned Frogs. Here's Berry again as he straightened up. No place to go.
Now, University of Washington did a good job at taking advantage of their advantage that they hadn't, Texas A&M hadn't seen their offense. That's about the only plus of not playing.
Yeah. We've got a timeout called. Timeout by A&M. We're going to return. 32 seconds left in the game.
When you fly in United, you're probably not aware of the 60,000 professionals working to make your trip easy, or the way our new advanced terminals speed you on your way. Just as when you use the American Express card, you're not really thinking about all the services that make frequent business flyers rated best for travel and entertainment. You don't notice these things because they're there, but you would notice them if they weren't.
When I give you the signal, please open your blue books. Until then, please keep them on your desk with your pencils down. You'll have precisely 30 minutes for this examination. Remember that your grade in this course rests primarily upon this exam, so I hope you all studied this weekend. Take a few moments to review the 6 essay questions on the board. If you need another blue book, please raise your hand. And under no circumstance should you get out of your seat.
Well, the Chevrolet most valuable players of the game will be announced in just a little bit as we come to the last 32 seconds of this game. As back to punt the football will be Wiles, Channing Wiles, standing at the 45, and this is Garrett at the 10. Snap is high, rush, and he got it underway and kicks it into the end zone for the touchback. So with 24 seconds left, they'll have it at the 20-yard line.
24 seconds remaining.
We're going to be back with our players of the game. Some final thoughts as we wrap it up here at Husky Stadium. R.C. Slocum will go to 1-1 in his first year as head coach.
Listen to the heartbeat of America.
For today's work, today's world, Chevrolet will introduce more new trucks in 1990 than anyone else, anywhere. Nobody's winning like the heartbeat of America. Today's truck is Chevrolet.
The heartbeat of America.
As we come back, a pass intended for Cornelius Patterson. He had it for a moment, and he was blasted by Dana Hall and couldn't hang on. Gets up slowly. Okay, though, and with 18 seconds, it'll bring up second down 10 for A&M. Dana Hall, who's the fastest defensive back for Washington now in there from Diamond Bar, California. He is playing in place now of William Doctor. With 18 seconds to go, A&M comes out. Boy, what a difference a week makes, huh? Upsetting LSU, coming in here and ranked 15th in the country, and Washington has really done the job. They kept them out of the end zone. Pass up the field complete to Oliver, pickup of 8 on the play. So now let's announce our Chevrolet most valuable players of the game. For the team from Texas A&M, we're going to give it to William Thomas, who had 16 tackles, the linebacker. And then John McCallum for Washington, 4 for 4. He had 12 of the 19 points today for this Washington team. Checking the amount of $1,000 will be donated by Chevrolet to each school's general scholarship fund to further assist qualified students to advance their education in all chosen academic fields. Got another break. 4 seconds left. We'll be back.
Listen to the heartbeat of America.
For today's work, today's world, Chevrolet will introduce more new trucks in 1990 than anyone else, anywhere. Nobody's winning like the heartbeat of America. Today's truck is Chevrolet.
The heartbeat of America. Today's truck is Chevrolet.
We belong together.
I know.
So let's get married.
Buy a big house.
Sure, we're gonna hit it big, kid. Stocks, bonds. We're on our way to Rainbow City.
In the movies, happy endings are easy, but in the real world, they take solid planning. So for investment advice, peace of mind, even buying or selling a home, come to the companies of the Prudential and build your future on the rock.
Don James is 4 seconds away from winning his 10th home opener in 11 tries, 19-6. As A&M now with apparently the last snap of this football game as Lance Pavlis will set up to throw. Complete, they lateral it off. The ball comes off to Waddell to the 49, and it's over. And so Washington with a 19-6 victory over Texas A&M. And so the Huskies unveil their new offense. It works effectively, combined with an outstanding kicking game as they pick up their first victory of 1989. They'll meet Purdue here next week. R.C. Slocum and Texas A&M goes to 1-1, and they will square off against TCU in Fort Worth next week. For Dick Vermeil and Cheryl Miller, this is Gary Bender saying so long from Husky Stadium.
Good luck to you.
The executive producer of ABC's College Football is Jeffrey Mason. Today's game was produced by Kimberly Belton. Directed by Bill Webb. Technical Director Doug Schmidt. Associate Producer Jim Ressler. Associate Director David Kiviat. Monday, we've got a very special night of great football and great memories for you. Our 20th anniversary season of ABC's Monday Night Football kicks off with a classic